The anticipation. Look at that. Live.
Ooh.
We're on time. We're on time. Sheriff's always on time. Hey, everybody. We're back. Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. It's us. Brindlewood Bay and the Murder Mavens. It's a Monday. It's a Monday stream. It's been a while. But happy to have you. Let's get started. Hold on, though. What the freak? All this time in, like, pre-chat just messing around, but my Roll20 closed, so let me get that open. It's got some music for you, a little background tunage. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Anyways, Cranky Old Mage dropping the hype. Meta Theory, thank you so much for the sub. 2-month streak. We had an offline follow. Slalom, I think is how you say that. Slalom. If you're watching this, thank you. Thank you so much for that offline follow. Appreciate it. How's the background audio? It's kind of low on my end. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. If it gets too loud, let me know. That also means you're too old.
What?
I've heard somebody say. Let's go. Let's get started. This is FeatherFall TableTop. Jitters are done. This is FeatherFall TableTop. We're bringing you Brindlewood Bay All Hallows Scream tonight. Another continuing episode in our Brindlewood Bay campaign with our lovely murder mavens here. You can find us here, of course. Wednesdays, you can find us playing Tomb of Annihilation. Thursdays, Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Fridays, is that your game, Church, or is that Chance's?
Every other Friday is Star Wars.
Every other Friday is Star Wars. And then we got Saturdays. What do we got? We got Sigil Confidential coming up this Saturday with...
It's World of Cairn this Saturday, Sigil Confidential. No, so you're right. Sigil Confidential coming up this next one.
You son of a gun.
Then back to Cairn. They alternate.
I opened up the calendar and I was like, okay, I'm going to get it right. Sigil Confidential? And you're like, nah.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
But I got it.
I actually have to ask my players most of the time. What are we doing this week?
Yeah. So Sigil Confidential this Saturday. Next Saturday will be World of Cairn. Star Wars coming up on the 4th. May 4th? No, it's November 4th. It's not that time yet. I think Billy Z, he's going to do some Minecraft streaming tomorrow night, Tuesday, if you want to get down on that. Get down on it, and he'll probably have a good time.
Chance and I have been hijacking the stream occasionally.
Yeah,
for,
streaming some Ghostbusters going. We're just trying to put content out there every night of the week. But there we are. So there's a Marvel continuation some point, sometime, maybe. A lot of moaning and groaning about that system. So we'll see. Hopefully they can finish it out and we get a good story. But there we are. That's it. We have some sponsors. I think we're Skull Splitter Dice. Let's put a link in the chat so you can go check them out. If I can spell, you can check them out. Save yourself 10% on some dice. Do it. They're a longtime sponsor. They jump in the stream every now and then, and we try to act like we're professional and that they're sponsoring the right people. So check them out. All right. Pepe Halpert 1. Did you do that to be like the original? Like, why would you put a 1? Pepe Halpert 2.
It does imply there may be more than one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe there was a Pepe Halpert and they were like, nope, I'm going to be the first one.
Nope, I'm number 1. There can be only one. Redeemed, give advantage to a player. So advantage in this system means you roll 3 of the d6 and you take the highest 2. So anybody wanting that, we have one banked. Redeemed name an NPC. Vidal Sassoon. That's a callback from last night. The family here is the Vidal family. So Vidal Sassoon is their dog's name. I don't know. We'll find somebody. All right. Last time we met as a group, you were all on a TV show. Imagine that. The Great Brindlewood Bay Bake Off. But it wouldn't be a murder mystery if there wasn't a murder. So while you were involved in this Bake Off, Paul Riviera, the host, the main judge on the show, was found murdered in his trailer. Being the awesome detectives and mavens that you are, you found out that Buck, the cameraman, and Donna, Paul's wife, were having an affair, and they had Paul killed, or they killed Paul, actually. And you solved the mystery. And Sheriff Dalrymple, who, if you didn't put it all together, that's who I am dressed up as tonight, is the good old Sheriff Dalrymple. I put my badge on crooked. I almost said crooked. Not a word. I put it on crooked, and I said, fuck it. Sheriff Dalrymple would have his badge on crooked because... Yeah. So I just left it because I'm in character. He was very thankful for your solving of the crime. You make his life both equal parts easier and more difficult. Just always being involved, but then always like getting him the collar, as they would say.
I think he's actually probably a little afraid of us.
Yeah, you have skills that, as a collective, you have skills that far surpass his own.
You make great explosive cocktails on the fly. It's really wonderful.
Yes.
It takes 5 old ladies to overpower one sheriff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as that episode was ending, and you were all leaving kind of the production building, as you recall, you remember seeing sort of an eclipse of the sun with this tall, shadowy mound of a figure. And that's kind of where it faded to black for the episode. Harvey Barrow, costume stream. Gotta love it. Yeah, you know it. It's that time of year. So that was where we left off. I think we're ready to pick up here. You all have been invited to the home of Abner and Coco Vidal. And you know Abner, you may not know him personally, but you know him in Brindlewood Bay as the retired filmmaker, famous for Gonzo B-grade pictures. So he's kind of got, people around town talk about him. So you've all been invited to his house tonight for a Halloween party. But in this episode, we're going to back up to the eve before this party. You all are getting ready to retire for the night. Get yourself all tucked in, nice and cozy. You all have the same dream this night. You don't know that you had the same dream, but it's going to be narrated to you all the same. As you close your eyes and get into a deep sleep, camera sort of comes down from off this cliff onto the beach side here at Brindlewood Bay. And you see a group of hooded figures standing on the beach, pitch black around them, except for a small little beach campfire right in between them. The moon is so high in the sky, kind of shedding some light where there shouldn't be, causing, as the camera zooms in and kind of pans around this group, causing their faces, their Greek statue type masks, to glow white and reflect that moonlight. They begin chanting strange words at first. You can't figure out quite what it is. Sort of under their breath. Then it becomes louder and louder and louder until it's almost a cheer. And as it hits sort of this crescendo, a large, shadowy shape rises out of the ocean, silhouetted by the moon, and just kind of eclipses the moon at this point, making their faces go black. As you are watching this in this dream, I'm scared. Hold me, Harvey. As this is happening in this dream, you see something that is familiar to you, specifically to you. Something you fear losing, something you legitimately fear that could take your own life. And I want to go around the table here, and I want you to tell me what that one thing is you see kind of involved in this strange scene on the beach. And I'm going to start with you, Betty Rose, top right of our screen here. What is something that you see on this beach that is important to you or causing fear in you other than what I've already described?
Thing or person or either?
It could be anything.
Okay.
Anything.
Well, the thing that I would just hate to lose the most is Violet in our Saturday nights watching TV and drinking gin. I would just hate to lose that, and I just woke up in a panic, and I was just all flustered and hot and sweaty and scared.
Okay. As that camera continues to pan around, you swear one of those cloaked figures looks just like Violet. It's got the Greek statued mask glowing in the moonlight. Looks a lot like Violet. All right, we're going to move down. Lakshmi?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lakshmi would be terrified of losing her own relevance. So she'd probably see like an image of her former self in her heyday being swept away.
Oh.
You know?
Okay.
Nice.
I like this.
There you go. Good.
As that figure comes out of the water, eclipses the moon. In this dream, you see a younger manifestation of yourself, kind of locked arm in arm with two of these cloaked figures. They walk you out to the ocean until you are gone, till you submerge yourself. They release you. You disappear, but they come back. Your relevance is gone. Goldie, what do you see?
Goldie, I think is just very afraid of vermin, especially rats.
Okay.
He got a little too excited there.
Well, because Goldie's daughter is a veterinarian and loves any sort of animal, but Goldie's never been able to get over it and has a hard time visiting because animals.
Ooh, all right. As you're watching this scene happen, one of those cloaks on one of these figures is not actually a cloak. It is just a swarm of vermin around this body that is making a cloak, seemingly look like a cloak here on this beach.
I hate it.
But it moves just enough, and it's got... yeah, I don't like it either. It was giving me some creeps. But you see that enough, and it might, at that point, startle you out of that nightmare. Violet.
Well, obviously, Betty.
Okay. Just enough. Period.
Gin-soaked Betty sitting there laying down on the
Betty
bag.
Violet would launch Pepper into the sun to save Betty.
Okay.
Because Pepper would be right behind Betty, obviously.
Betty, what are some of your cozy items from your inventory?
I have my sketchbook that me and Jean, took on our world travelers, where I took all my notes and did all these drawings to influence my paintings. but the sketchbook is empty. I forgot to use it. I have a feather from a black crow that I just think is just so beautiful. And then I also have my bar cart that goes in my studio that has my martini glasses and my highballs and all the good, and, you know, my little olives and onions. Yeah.
You can keep those. You can keep the bar cart. But that sketchbook and the feather, Violet, you see sort of kind of half sticking out of the little fire that is here. Kind of definitely a flame. Hasn't totally consumed it all, but elements of Betty and some of her most prized keepsakes are in this fire as you are dreaming.
So Violet in the dream would attempt to run at this headlong.
Okay. All right.
Just to throw that out there.
Yeah.
There would be no hesitation. It would just
This
be
is...
like, you mother.
So in this dream, you're sort of like a third person omniscient kind of viewer of this. So you can't actually,
like
you're only seeing what the
butter.
camera is seeing. But yeah, you definitely in your sleep or sort of you're clawing away at your physical person is actually clawing away. But in the dream, in the nightmare, there's no extra movement, no moving of that camera, of the panning of the camera.
So Violet wakes up from this nightmare and, released from whatever in the dream was holding her back, as dreams are weird and do that to you, she launches out of bed, gripping the pillow she was laying on, tumbles across the floor and just starts punching the crap out of it.
All right.
You leave her alone.
All right. Margarita, what do you see in this dream?
I see my little dog Pepito, who I've had since he was just a little wee one.
All right. So again, as this camera's panning around these masks, you see one of these cloaked figures actually cradling little Pepito. Somebody you don't know, somebody you don't trust, somebody you would never leave your dog with, has your dog and is holding it, petting it, ever so mockingly, as that gigantic hulking figure comes out of the ocean. You all wake up. It's the day of the party. You're not going to let the feelings of this dream, this nightmare, these visions haunt you too long, because you have some fun to be had. And you know that you're all going to get together. You're all going to show up at the Abner Vidal's house together in costume, ready to kind of let loose. It's Halloween. It's time to have a little fun. So you all show up. How are you getting there? I imagine, taking Pepper, the Vespa. Is everybody else kind of carpooling together?
How far is it?
We did have all the carts the attachable carts.
That's right. We have the Super Vespa.
We did. I think Lakshmi would still try to call a car, but Pepper would show up faster.
Okay.
Knowing us, we would show up right after you called the Uber.
Yeah, 100%.
And be like, no, you're coming with us.
Yeah.
End that phone call. Whether you fight it and take an Uber or you get in one of the sidecars of Pepper, it's not far from. It's kind of in the ritzy part of Brindlewood Bay. In a little, it's not a gated neighborhood, but there are several kind of McMansions out there. Abner's house is one of those. So it's not a long drive from where you would be closer to kind of downtown, old town Brindlewood Bay. But as you approach Vidal's home, we're going to kind of paint the scene together. What ostentatious things does he have in his front yard, entryway, driveway that lets everybody know that he doesn't quite fit in with the stuffy upper crust of Brindlewood Bay? He's kind of an outsider, even though he's got the credentials, he's got the money. He just doesn't fit in. So I'll take any kind of thing we want to throw out there. What does he have as yard decorations, house decoration, car in the driveway? What might it be?
Not quite erotic garden gnomes.
Say it one more time.
Not quite erotic garden gnomes. So
Questionable.
Very suggestive. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, some of them in positions or in the nude. I like it. Okay. At first glance, as you drive by, you can't really tell. But if you sit and look at them for a while, you're like, oh, it's not quite right. Okay. I like it. Margarita, what
He also has bushes that have been sculpted to look like the rendition from Edward Scissorhands, as if Edward had come and done them himself.
Love it. So he's got manicure topiary.
I'm gonna say he's got.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say he's got projectors that flash into each one of his windows, and show famous scream queens at their worst.
Okay. Is this a Halloween decoration, or is this like an all year round thing?
Well, he's a movie producer, right?
Writer director.
Yeah, a year round. This is normal.
Okay.
He's got like the shower scene from Psycho and One, and just classics.
Love it.
So yeah, what he also has, bookending the topiaries and the little neurotic gnomes, he has in this gold-plated statue that are like 15 to 20 foot tall are the 12 sexy labors of Hercules. So there are 12 different statues that he has made representing each of the, from one of his films.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, he had those commissioned, yeah. Or they were left over from like movie props. But anyway, they are on full display. Love it. Anything else?
Just love that the
guys. There's got to be some music, right?
Okay.
Like emanating, and the neighbors are furious because it's a quiet neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so anytime there's like a seasonal change, he's always got some low humming music that if you walk by, you can feel it in your body. It's almost like binaural beats. It's uncomfortable to walk by that.
Yeah. All right. I like it. Just enough to bother his next door neighbors.
Yeah. But not loud enough to go complain.
Yeah. Got it. Love it.
Just enough perversity to make you wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. One other thing that I would say that he has, as you approach in the front, is he actually has a there's like a booth a tent set up that you can go into, and so you've got Greg Nicotero and his team of makeup artists. So if you come into this party and you don't have any makeup or costumes, they'll do you up like a zombie or whatever you like right then and there.
Yeah, a bunch of leftover prosthetics from his movies, kind of a grab bag, if you will, and a makeup artist on retainer. I love it. Okay.
Spared no expense.
You all show up. It's not like a huge manor, but there is kind of a roundabout driveway. You can park on the street. I imagine Pepper would be kind of right in the middle of it. The party is going. You're not first ones there. You're not last by any means, but you can hear some music going on inside. As you approach and knock on the door, ring the doorbell once. A few seconds pass. You see Abner Vidal, dressed as King Tut. Oh, welcome, ladies. Welcome. Come in. We are already few drinks in. Come on. And he kind of brings you in, and you're in the foyer entry area. You see one room going off to one side, and then the music and all the commotion is on to the left side. Come, right this way. And he kind of ushers you in.
I will offer Betty my arm and kind of give her a wink at the mention of a few drinks in, and kind of lean over and whisper, like, amateur.
Yeah, it's like we've been going since lunch. How many think he's got?
You can't hold these young two accountable for endurance. Otherwise, there'd be a lot more children.
Okay.
I wonder what this bar looks like here at this party. It better be
Let's
a good
see.
one.
So you
Goldie
walk
very
in.
carefully wipes her feet.
Beautiful. Common courtesy. So you go into this kind of lounge type area. No doors section off this room. It's just kind of an open archway. Goes into this the bar area of the house, just off the foyer. This room has been decorated for Halloween using props from Abner's horror movies. I need you all to come up with a name for one of Abner's schlock masterpieces and then describe the prop from that movie. So what is something we see in this room that comes from one of his old movies?
Well, what I see is a platter of little gold penises that are on a table that his neighbors didn't want all these penises on the statues in his front yard, so he had to cut them off and put them here in the room. And they're just so weird because they're all little and shriveled. I don't understand how they made got them all gold plated.
All right. I'll do you one better. I think they're all kind of pieced together in a circular dish. What would be inside? It's like it's on the food table. What would be inside of that dish?
Well, of course, they're milk duds.
All right. Milk duds inside the penis tray. Do we have a movie that's from?
Yeah, it's from Biscuits and Gravy.
Biscuits and Gravy.
Biscuits and Gravy. It's one of his better movies. I really liked it. Yeah.
Good. What else do we see in here?
I'm going to say that there is a looming statue.
Okay.
Of this green scaled creature with no face.
Ooh.
And this thing hanging down from the ceiling that looks like a cucumber right in front of its face, and it's kind of like reaching for it. And the name of the movie is The Thing with No Face, The Face with No Thing, and The Thing with the Thing in Its Face.
Was a hit. Was definitely a hit. All right, so this big kind of perfect prop for this Halloween party, sitting in the corner, just kind of reaching out, no face, but no thing, and the thing. Okay.
If you look real close, the thing that looks like a cucumber actually does have a face on it.
Okay. All right. What else do we see?
We see the props from a movie. We see props. It's hundreds and hundreds of wigs, but they're natted and ratted and smelly and dirty, like somebody didn't bother taking back and wash them.
Okay.
And they're from the film Harry's Horrid Hang-Up.
I love it. So just a pile of wigs. So nasty. Oh, okay. Anything else?
There's definitely the statuary that is outside is also inside. He just gets the theme going, and they all have big red noses on them.
Okay.
From the Killer Clown movie he tried to make to capture the cult interest in the Killer Clowns movie.
Yeah. Okay, good. Definitely yeah. I like it. Okay. So
what was the alternative title of his movie? I'm dying.
Crazy Clowns from Inner Space.
Perfect.
With Martin Short.
Perfect.
And Shelley Long.
Awesome.
Oh, I love Shelley Long. Anything else we see here?
There's a large sugar cube, like in the center, like as a centerpiece of one of the like living rooms, like off to the side, and that's from the movie Diabetes.
Oh, okay. So just a huge sugar cube in the next to the penis tray.
Killer.
Yeah.
Did it have Mr. Brimmer in it?
Yeah.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
It was the follow up to Biscuits and Gravy was the Diabetes movie.
Yeah, Diabetes train.
Diabetes.
Okay, so now you're kind of comfortable in this room with the props. Abner brings you in. Okay, do I need to make introductions? You know some people, and there's some people that you do recognize, although they are costumed. But I think you feel pretty comfortable here, right? I don't need to show you around and introduce you to everybody. Just mingle.
Should we head to the bar?
Well, Betty's already at the bar, wondering where her friends are.
Zoomed
She
in.
kind of looks around,
Okay.
and she's got a handful of milk duds and a gin and tonic. So.
All right, Betty, as you approach the bar, it's kind of self-serve. He spent all his money getting the makeup artist. So no bartender tonight. You see in front of you a seductive vampiress. Kind of a revealing costume, kind of propped up in ways, sitting there leaning on the bar, drink in hand. You don't recognize her though.
And I look at her, it's like, are you the bartender?
No.
You look so cute.
No, I'm not. No. You look cute too. Who are you? Who are you supposed to be?
Well, I'm Prue Leaf from that Brindlewood baking show that just came in. Yeah, they since I won the grand finale, I decided to honor them by dressing up as Prue Leaf.
Never heard of it, but it's cute.
You wouldn't have heard of it. No. It's just international, so you're not that cultured, I guess. Are you at the right party?
Yes.
I don't know. Should
you
be here?
You don't recognize me.
Are you one of his actresses
Yes.
in those little silly
so you
movies
do
he made?
you do know me. That's great. Yes. I was in many of his films. And she holds out her hand.
Betty, as you hold out your hand there, Betty turns around, looks at Violet, is like, Violet, do you know who this tramp is?
Violet kind of does the backwards lean, looks around, sits up, goes, pulls off one of her 15 scarves, walks up and goes,
getting out of
here. You're that one girl with the hair. Here, sweetheart. Let me here. Just start covering her up with this huge scarf.
How into Abner's films would you have been?
Violet?
Yeah.
Are they violent?
Some of them. I mean, they're more. Yeah, some of them are more violent. Sure.
Like, Violet's ideal male actor, like the greatest actor of all time in Violet's mind, is without any shadow of a doubt the 80s era Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
It followed very closely by Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Oh God.
She never would have acted near Arnold, but maybe cross paths with a Hulk Hogan. And you know enough that her name is Elena Visage. She has been in many of Abner's movies, especially the early ones, but has kind of gone dormant on the acting scene recently.
So she was just in those early Barracuda films, right? I think that's what it is. You hadn't made it into the 10th and 11th one.
No, I was in the first five. Anyway, are we having a drink? We should have a drink. We should have a drink.
I'll finish wrapping her up in the scarf and kind of pat her on the shoulder and say, "You can keep that, dear. That's actually a handmade one."
It's a little too warm in here. She shakes a little bit.
Well, it's with that glitter that you're wearing, it's probably going to stick right to you anyway. You just may as well leave it on. Let me get us a drink.
Let's do this.
Look, Rose, I know what you want, right? You getting your usual.
Yeah, of course. I have to get another one. My fifth one since I've been here. It's a free flowing bar. I love it open. Yeah.
So is this a walk behind bar?
Yeah, it's kind of there is a legitimate bar there with
Just
some
no
drinks on the
bartender.
wall, just no bartender.
So I'll walk around behind the bar.
Okay.
And I'll get the mixing tin.
Okay.
And Betty, are we going with bourbon tonight? You want some bourbon?
Whoa, bourbon! Oh, it must be hot outside. You say bourbon? No, we're gonna stick with the clear, please.
Okay. So I will put some ice in, and pour. Wait, stop. shake it around a little, look in there, pour. I'm gonna put the lid on it, shake it up real good, open it up, pour just a little bit more.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna hand the mixing tin over to Betty.
All right.
Forget the floater.
As that's happening,
here's your cherry.
Don't forget the garnish. As that's happening, what's everyone else doing? You see Violet and Betty book it to the bar. What's everyone else doing?
Goldie is feeling very fastidious today, especially after that dream, and so she's a little bit like leery of not having a bartender, and won't go for any of the snacks that aren't like very like the bowl of milk duds is a way no go. But if there's like individual like mini sandwiches and things, those would be okay.
Okay. And just to help kind of paint the scene a little bit, you see King Tut's counterpart Cleopatra, which you recognize as Coco Vidal, his wife, kind of mingling a little bit with some of the people. You see closely behind her, almost like in her hip pocket, somebody dressed up in a maid uniform with cat ears. You see the vampiress. You see a Frankenstein's monster kind of sitting, being a stick in the mud. You see a Phantom of the Opera talking with a group of people. You see someone not in a costume. And then you see another, this person you all would recognize as one of the local socialites in Brindlewood Bay, June Willoughby. You see her dressed up in a sock hop costume and, talking and mingling with people. Arcade Castle says, "Hi, Quake." Yeah. Hi, Arcade. Thanks for showing up.
So Margarita is going to go over and look at the table of snacks and kind of turn her nose up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because she had put in a bid for the snacks, and apparently Coco, for whatever reason, decided to go with someone of less inferior quality.
Okay. There at the table, June Willoughby kind of sees you, comes over. Can you believe this, Brad? It's kind of
Not at all. I am very disappointed. Gamal.
Yeah, like who knew Coco was so cheap, right?
Well, I thought I have to say I'm glad that my relationship with Abner for many years helping with craft services for his films, that he was generous to invite me, but I can't believe that based off that Coco wouldn't just know that. I'm always reasonable in what I price for snacks.
Yeah, it's just another way Coco's got him kind of, under her thumb, right? Anyway, no, I don't want to. I mean, how's the party so far? You having a good time?
Más o menos. We just arrived. How about you? Anything in particular have you enjoyed so far?
Well, I mean, she grabs one of the bottles of champagne that's in kind of an ice bucket there on the table, pulls it out of the ice, and you see that it doesn't say champagne, it says Zampagne. Like, this is, I don't know who's gonna drink this. It's like, it's not even drinkable. But anyway, yeah, I'm having a great time. I mean, look around, so much fun, so many costumes, and it's a good time to just. And she kind of like flicks her little pigtails. It's a good time to just kind of relax. And anytime coming to Abner's house is good.
Well, June, anytime that you need help, I have connections in Reims in France to some wonderful small winemakers in the Champagne region.
Good.
Can help you out with that.
Good. Well, it was nice seeing you here. And she kind of like gives you a little pat on the arm and begins to walk away.
I think Lakshmi, since she had that nightmare, she has gone out. She's been like Googling like what the kids are doing these days. And so she normally will smoke Marlboro Reds like that's like her cigarette of choice, which she'll have one, take a couple puffs, and then throw it away because she still cares about like not dying.
Yeah.
And so instead, she just bought a vape for the first time because that's what the kids are doing.
Yeah.
And so she's been like aggressively like inhale, like sucking on this vape the whole time that she's been there.
What
And
flavor?
Yeah, what flavor?
You know, like the most, like whatever it was probably bubble gum, and she's disgusted.
Oh,
you know? Like she's so disgusted that she's like having to suck on this bubblegum vape, and is walking around. I think she's looking for like where to get a drink, and also just like I think as she's making the entrance too, she doesn't. I don't know that she might know some people if they're like if the producers are invited or people that are making the movies. You know, she's not really like into the artsy types, but she's into the people that like she's been around like hedge fund people because that's like her background. And so I think she's just walking around saying, "Oh, hi," does not know anybody here, and is trying to find a drink desperately and blowing smoke into everybody's faces.
You, as you're kind of like waving hi and hi and hi, you kind of bump shoulders with the person that's not wearing a costume. And he turns around, "Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry." And this man is...
I'm not.
He is very handsome, has these kind of piercing eyes that are just kind of looking into you.
Wait. Betty and I's radar just went off.
Oh, no.
And I tell Violet, Violet, she's got to get that pipe out of her mouth when she's talking to that man.
Do you see that man? He is a good-looking man. This might be the one.
Yeah.
Finally.
Name is Marcus Greaves.
Hello, Mr. Greaves.
Why are you not dressed up? I mean, I have my reasons.
You know, and then I point. I don't have actually. I think so Violet had knitted me some cat ears, and while we were in Pepper, I put them on, and then as soon as we left, I like hung back and then put them in my clutch.
Okay.
So I was like, well, it's not appropriate. And I just like showed them and then put them back in my bag.
Well. Okay. I mean,
why are you not dressed up?
These get-togethers are usually a waste of time, so why would I waste my time, right? I mean, I don't know. Putting out the effort it's not on my list to do tonight.
Over his shoulders, she can see Betty and I kind of.
You came with friends.
Yeah, you know, they're great friends. We're in a book club together.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is almost as boring
you know,
as this party.
We read a lot of like philosophical thought. You know, that's really what we like to read.
Yeah, that's kind of out of my wheelhouse of enjoyment, but you know.
This is how Lakshmi thinks she can like really brag to him and show up. She's like, we read academic journals. That's our book club.
That's it. No smut. Yeah. No smut.
No smut.
Well, how do you know Abner?
You know, he's an old friend.
Old friend, yeah. Same.
What about you?
Same.
How old? How did you guys meet?
I've been his manager for years.
Oh, wow.
I help keep the lights on and creative.
Right. My fund produced a lot of works.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we maybe have seen each other before then. No?
You know, I like to stay silent. My other partners are really the ones that focus on the artsy work. You know, that's not really my wheelhouse.
Well, you know where the real art is. It's not here.
Oh yeah.
It's on the other coast.
What's going on the other coast?
That's where everything's happening on the other coast. Everything.
Okay. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
So, I mean, I don't want to give you a job while you're here. That would be crossing a line, right?
I'm like aching for a job, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to help a friend, but like I just want to be relevant.
Well,
so like,
you
part of me is like,
you wouldn't be helping me. You would be helping Abner.
yeah, again, and I'd be helping the firm, right?
Right. The bottom
Yeah,
line.
okay. Yeah.
He, maybe to a certain extent, his wife, do not want to go to LA. They do not want to be stationed where everything's happening. He wants to write movies here. He wants to try to produce movies here. There's nothing happening in this town. So, maybe drop a hint. You look like a trendsetter. You look like, you know what you're doing.
I take the longest inhale and let it out of my nose, and it's like it burns.
See?
I'm like,
See?
You're right. I am a trendsetter.
Can we overhear their conversation from where we're sitting?
I think there's too much music and commotion going on to get every piece. It'd be a little difficult.
So very.
Do you need me
You
to make
probably
you
hear
a TikTok?
trendsetter though, because I'm screaming trendsetter.
I at this point, I'm going to grab Betty and very casually start moseying over that way. We can listen in.
And I say goodbye to the Barracuda lady, and I was like, "Bye, Barracuda lady. We got to go help our friend."
Bye.
We're just inching closer, pretending to talk and look at things. It's probably not convincing.
Goldie, what are you doing here?
Well, once I was a little bit off of the man over there once he started dissing our book club. And then I was asking Lakshmi if she needed a TikTok made. She looked like she was trying to do some things that were grammable. Like the gram, the TikTok, those are all things, right?
Instagram.
Yeah, I'm like, I put on my glasses and I'm like trying to find the app on my phone to hand it to you.
Siri. No, not that. No, not
Her
that.
name is Sarah. It's Sarah, not Siri. It's Sarah.
What kind of name is Siri?
As this is happening, you see the person in the maid uniform and cat ears kind of break away from Coco Vidal and sees you, Lakshmi. If you wouldn't mind smoking in the house, there's patios for that.
I don't think this is actually smoke. It's not doing anything. It just tastes like candy.
It's a little unbecoming, and it's kind of filling the air. So if...
maybe, it's okay, sweetie. Maybe you're just not up on the times.
Well,
that's fine.
If you want to take this up with Coco, you can. She had asked me to relay this message. So just, maybe take it outside.
I am handing my phone to Goldie.
Oh, God.
And I just look at Goldie like furious. Does she know who I am? Yeah.
Do you know me? And as that's happening, Coco Vidal, in her Cleopatra costume, very sweetly kind of interjects between Violet and Betty. Well, we're having a good time, right? Please tell me. It's the champagne, isn't it?
We just love this sparkling water with flavored alcohol that you got. It's delicious. Thank you for having it.
Actually, you're out of a couple things at your bar, sweetheart. They've already drained it. I don't know what happened.
Soon.
It was terrible.
It's so soon.
Do you allow the hired help to talk to your guests like this all the time?
You speaking of Mrs. White here, and she kind of grabs Mrs. White away from Lakshmi. No, Mrs. White, and she hand around the shoulders here. She's much more than that. But hey, Mrs. White, we are out of. What did you say? We're out of gin,
vodka, gin,
Mrs. White, please, if you wouldn't mind.
And tequila. For margaritas.
The bar needs restocked, and
And actually, I've just about finished off the bourbon here as well.
Leave it to Abner to invite.
Milk duds, either. Sorry.
They're all gone. Mrs. White, the maid uniformed cat-eared woman, kind of peels off and is heading through the foyer deeper into the house. But please, wait here. This is gonna be fun. She goes over to the little stereo that's playing. It's hard. I say stereo, but who has a stereo anymore? It's always just like Bluetooth something, there's no. But anyways, goes over to the musical device, and you hear Monster Mash come on the speakers that are playing, and everybody starts to go into the center of the room and starts dancing to Monster Mash. What do you all do?
Accidentally trips over the man with no costume and then forces him into Lakshmi's arms.
Oops.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just slipped on the milk dud that I had on the ground there, and I'm so sorry.
Actually, I think it was one of those little penises fell out right there.
I knew I shouldn't have eaten those. They're man.
You didn't eat the penises,
The
did
little
you?
penis.
Just the milk duds, because you might choke on them little
cocktail
penises.
wiener, but it wasn't.
Please, ladies, if you could watch where you're going. I understand the song is playing, and you should definitely dance.
Well, I mean, while you two are just kind of buddied up like here, why don't you go on out and dance?
He kind of rights himself and gets back up. Well,
It's the proper thing to do. I really think you should.
Don't be rude. Don't be rude. This is a party. Have fun.
I'm okay. I am quite
No,
right.
I really think you should.
What are you trying to do here? Give me a presence roll. Give me a presence roll, Violet.
All right. Was it 2d6?
2d6 plus whatever your modifier is.
It's just 2d6. It's
All
Violet.
right, nobody puts levels up in presence here.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I got +2 in presents, baby.
Ooh,
I know, me too.
that is why are you making this roll here? That is a 5. That is a fail. Utter fail. What are you sort of afraid of in this situation?
Oh, Violet?
Yeah, as this roll is taking place, what are you afraid of happening?
Goodness. Well, she's only worried about really a couple things in life. Betty, Pepper, and her friends. Unless maybe someone from her past walks in. Or she accidentally steps on an animal.
All right. As you were kind of urging him and Lakshmi to go out onto the dance floor, that lumbering Frankenstein's monster begins to make his way over onto the dance floor, catches eyes with you, Violet, and you recognize him through the makeup. Looking into his eyes, you recognize him as Gordon Thume, someone you have had relations with in the past.
Oh, shit.
This could have been a one-night thing. It could have been, any and all sort of relations. I'll let you kind of take that. But you've had a relationship with this person before.
It was definitely a one-night thing, but he is also a Vespa aficionado, and I may have taken his fuel injector for Pepper because it was a better system. On my way out through the garage the next morning.
And so Gordon as kind of this stuffy sort of person, kind of uptight a little bit. He is a banker after all. But his one sort of hobby was tricking out Vespas, and that kind of ended the relationship, was a swap of the fuel injectors. He sees you and does like a hard 90, moving over to you, interrupting that conversation between Marcus and Lakshmi.
Oh, shit. Well, imagine meeting you here.
Whoa. I, it's too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.
I suppose you brought Pepper.
Well,
Of course you did.
what are you trying to say?
I mean, I feel like she's part mine.
Sir, I do not like your tone.
Well, ooh. Sure.
Now, whatever may have transpired between us was magical and wonderful. 5 minutes last. Assure you that the fuel injection system that is now residing deep within the bowels of my beloved Vespa,
Yeah.
the only fuel injection system that should be there.
Anytime you are wheeling around the bay, just remember me. That's all I can say. That's all I can
I
I'd
say.
don't
remember you if you were better at injecting fuel.
Oh. Who said that? Who said that?
And
Anyway.
so while Betty sees Gordon and Violet having this conversation, and she sees Violet getting, in her little flustered shit, Betty comes over there. She starts twerking to the Monster Mash, and she kind of like, moseys on over to where Violet is, and she accidentally slips and falls on a cocktail wiener and spills her gin and tonic all over Gordon's crotch.
Oh.
Accidentally. I'm so sorry, Gordon. I'm so sorry, Gordon.
I want a second roll here. Give me... You can either do vitality or composure. Or vitality or composure. Vitality meaning you're like controlling your body as you go. Composure, you're really getting into the... no, actually, vitality or presence. Vitality is controlling your body as you're doing this. You are kind of old, so, hips can pop out. Presence putting on the act. So I'll let you choose which one.
I'm going to do present since
Okay.
I got a +2.
Oh,
on
that's
this.
right.
She
We
comes
have
over,
established.
Monster mashing with her, highball glass here and this cheap gin, this rail gin that she's drinking from the party. And she slips over and she does a roll, a 10.
A 10. Before we resolve
Nice.
that, I do want to say, Violet, I'm going to give you a condition now because Gordon is here.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'll let you describe the feeling he brings out in you. But it's definitely it's kind of making you feel a little self-conscious, feel something.
So, Violet, as everyone knows, Violet has a temper and a little
Okay.
bit of a short fuse.
You're a little
So
hot-blooded at the moment.
right now, she's already like at half fuse.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna call that condition hot-blooded. Check it and see. You have disadvantage while you're hot-blooded.
Okay. On
Everything.
or
Yeah. I think that's pretty all-consuming. Ooh, flipping the hat there. All-consuming.
well, even for physical confrontation.
Okay, all right. So any vitality, I'll give you advantage. I'll give you advantage because you're hot-blooded. All right.
I'll check it and see.
Okay. So Monster Mash is happening. Most people are going out on the dance floor. Song unless anybody wants to do anything, song begins to come to an end. You see...
Play it again.
Play it again. You see Coco and Abner kind of meet in the middle, hold hands, and kind of raise a toast. Well, Abner speaks. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming to the party tonight. Before we get any further into this, what if we do a little tour? Do a little tour of the place. Everybody's like, yes, let's go do it. Okay. So he's starting to like gather people. Anybody that wants to go with Coco, go with Coco. Anybody that wants to go with me, come with me. And the party just naturally kind of divides into two, and they begin moving out of the room.
I'm going to kind of look over at he who shall not be named and very loudly mumble, I hear there's a third party that's probably going to look for shit down the street.
He's like, he acts like he doesn't hear you, and he is going, he's going out. following.
I'll go whichever way he doesn't.
Okay. Everybody else sort of moving out of the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd go with Abner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be going with Abner as well because Coco, I just don't like that woman.
Yeah, I don't like anyone telling me what to do ever.
All these people.
I'm furious.
Any chance to snoop through someone else's house is
Yes.
Yeah.
We are such catty criminals.
Okay. You
gotta judge this person by the rest of their decoration.
You all, it's true. You all get into the foyer, and you 5 being the last ones kind of out of the room are towards the back end. You hear a ring at the door. Both Coco and Abner say, it's probably a trick-or-treater. Somebody get that. And they all point to you. And then the parties start to move out. Please, somebody, there's candy next to the door. Just do it. I'm giving the tour.
And so Betty opens the door, the ringer, and she pulls out these airplane bottles of cocktails that she's got, and she opens up the door to greet the trick or treaters.
Trick or treat, and you see like 3 little kids there. One is Spider-Man. There's a pink Power Ranger, and then there's Happy Jack the Lumberjack. He got the off brand one.
You so cute, little lumberjack, little high Super Rangers.
I-
And Betty just takes the whole bowl of candy and dumps it into 3 of their bags, and then she gives a little cocktails. She said, "Go give these to your parents.
Oh.
It'll make them happy."
Oh, and their bags are immediately filled. This is gonna be an early night. Thank you so much. Thank you.
What kind of candy was it?
Yeah, what kind of candy was it?
There's
It was
no
milk duds.
She didn't pour- There's not a
Milk
bunch of little golden penises in.
Well, that
Yeah,
was
sure.
just the first bowl that I thought of. I didn't know. I didn't know what it was.
Oh wait! You know what? I'm gonna take full advantage of this.
Okay.
What was that dude's name? What's his name?
Gordon Thune.
You tell them you got that at Gordon Thune's house, okay, sweetie? All them little traits you got in your bag.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that nice man gets all the credit.
Yeah. And he gave you these little cocktails, and here are some bubble gum flavored vape refills that Gordon gave you too.
I'm looking for my vape refill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gordon Thune.
Gordon Thune.
Just
Don't
get
you
too hot
remember
over
that?
there.
You remember that name now, all right?
Okay. Oh, thank you. We gotta. They're whispering to themselves. We gotta come back here next year.
Y'all
Kinda
come back
running
now,
out.
you hear?
You notice the parties have kind of split, and one has gone into the room to the right of the foyer, and the other, Abner's group, has gone to the back. And you see just a couple people straggling behind, as they're kind of moving closer to the back.
So, are they doing anything suspicious, or are they, pilfering the bar?
It looks like they're kind of stopped and talking in the hallway.
I think we try to listen. What are they talking about?
As you, what the hell's going on? Bursting through the party, through that group, is Mrs. White, screaming her head off. Oh my God, he's dead. Somebody drowned Abner on the back porch. Please, everybody, come.
Did he drown in?
I follow out because I don't have any more vape cartridges and I need an actual cigarette. So I follow out.
Okay. And that group that was kind of blocking the hallway starts to kind of spread out, disperse, and move towards the back. And you're able to kind of follow them. Church, you were muted when you were saying something.
Oh, sorry. Why is it never the ones that you want it to happen to? Damn it, ladies. Let's go see what's having on.
So there's a party in front of you. You kind of get sandwiched in the middle, and Coco's party who heard the commotion is now like behind you, and you're all moving towards this back kind of long hallway going to the back room. You see a kind of a dining room off to the right. You see a kitchen area that's really open and opens into the dining room. You see kind of a washroom on the left, and then some double doors that open to the back patio. People start to exit the house and circle around, and you see the backside of Abner and his head in a metal kind of trough, submerged. You see little apples floating in the trough, as it looks like he has been drowned in the trough on the back porch.
The bobbing for apple trough. He died playing the game.
That's not how you're supposed to do that.
I know.
No one tried
Terrible.
CPR yet.
Do any of you know CPR? Coco comes like barreling through. Does anybody know CPR?
Well, you know what? Violet's gonna rush up, grab him by the scruff of the neck, bring him out, and unless anyone actually knows how to do CPR, she's about to start blowing in his mouth and punching him into.
Well, I have.
I think Siri, play Staying Alive as I'm saying.
Yeah, I actually think that since her daughter is a medical professional, she might know.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Violet,
I'm out of the way. I just pulled him out.
okay, pulls him out, and as you are pulling him out, there, like where his hand was resting on the ground next to the metal tub, on his right hand, there's a pool of blood on the floor. And as you pull him out and he flops down, his hand hits, and you can see that on his right hand, his pinky finger is missing, and it is bleeding out.
Well, that's not good.
Okay,
I'm
one of
looking around.
y'all bind that, and I'm gonna start the CPR.
Yeah.
Still.
Start looking for the finger.
Coco and Mrs. White and some of the other guests are kind of backing people out. Give him room. Go. Coco is right next to you, Goldie. Come on. And give me either a composure or vitality. Composure or vitality check here.
Definitely composure.
You got this, Goldie.
You got
Save
it.
this man's life.
Ooh, that's 11. That's a
nice.
success. Yeah, so you're in rhythm. You're remembering in the passing conversations with your daughter, and along with help from the Staying Alive being played over your shoulder. You're able to start pumping.
But I will direct Coco to give the breaths every 30 pumps.
Okay. Yeah, and she gets down. She does it, kind of trying to fill his lungs with air, but nothing's happening. Nothing moving. Not even water coming out of his lungs. Nothing.
I'm looking for the finger.
Oh, when there's no water coming out of his lungs, that's
okay.
That's telling.
Violet, you're looking for the finger. Give me a meddling move.
Meddling move.
Yeah, so you're rolling 2d12 plus. Do you get a modifier on that, or 2d? Oh,
Well, this auto
2d12 auto pass.
This auto rolls.
Yeah,
Divided by
so using reason. Sorry, I forgot. Brain
All
farted.
right,
For
but
a
I
second.
have a disadvantage
You do.
because I'm still pissed as hell.
Yeah. So remember, a meddling move is you looking for clues. Mostly, it's a reason roll, but we can make it. We can make a case
Composure?
for another skill. But
Composure.
well, I think you're looking around. So the reason is the investigation part.
All right.
I'm gonna
Can I use sensitivity?
No.
I'm trying. Okay. Reason it is. Here we go.
There.
9.
All right. Is that with disadvantage? Yes, it is.
That's with
Ooh, you rolled
disadvantage.
2 6s and a 2 plus 1, a 9. 9. That is a success with a complication.
Somebody's standing on it.
Someone to another.
Is Hugh standing on it?
As you are kind of looking around, you see the back porch is like decorated with fake spider webs.
Hmm.
And out of the corner of your eye, you see one of the spiderweb sections has what looks to be like a finger dangling in it, like right next to the fake spider. But as your eyes make contact with that, in comes Gordon Thune, right, like taking up your vision. So,
God.
Don't tell me now's not the time, but we need to talk about the fuel injector.
Okay, so I need to roll to not punch this man full on in the mouth. What do you want me to roll?
Oh, geez, that would be composure, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Would
hope
this-
you fail
would-
and hit it.
What kind of move would this be, or does it have to be a move?
It's
Just a
well,
roll?
anytime we roll at night, it's a night move.
All right,
so
it'd be a night move.
So before you do that, again, you have to tell me something you fear. What do you fear happening here?
Well, right now, I fear that something... I fear that little Foo-Foo the poodle this man undoubtedly owned is going to come running up and grab that finger before I get a chance to get a hold. And this moron is standing between me and that damn...
All right. Give me a roll.
So,
I'd encourage you not to
disadvantage
do that.
Yeah.
with composure, right?
Yep. Oh.
Nice.
That is
You're
a,
on fire tonight.
that is a
Violet.
fail. That is a fail.
I'm laying him out.
So as your hand comes back and ready to slap him, punch him, however Violet throws fists,
Hey, don't we have a reroll in chat or something?
there is an advantage.
Do we want to use it for this, though?
No, we want you to punch Gordon. So whatever that.
Yeah, I want you to
Yeah,
hit
Whatever that takes.
super
I'm in
hard.
favor.
Yeah, we'll save it for the roll to hit him. How about that?
Well, this is the roll to hit him. As you
I
are.
thought that was the roll to control myself.
Oh, well,
That
I was
the
kind
composure
of
roll.
lumping them all in together. Are you asking for a separate vitality roll?
Well, with the vitality roll to hit him wouldn't be a disadvantage.
Right. But you failed.
I failed the composure roll to not hit him.
Okay. All right. So give me a vitality roll then. A normal roll. Normal roll.
Here we go.
Great success, says Borat.
Great success.
Wow.
So how do you throw a punch, Violet?
So Violet rears back, just looks him up and down, just pissed as hell, just eyes flashing. That southern charm just drains away. She rears a hand back, comes in like she's gonna slap him, and instead just grabs him by the ear, yanks him down, and knees him right in the balls, and then throws him aside and goes for the finger.
Yeah, he gets reeled down, and you get him right in the groin. Okay. I said that wasn't the time. Probably should have listened to myself, and he's trying to get some wind back in his lungs.
Like she's not even paying it. She's just brushing him aside and going for the finger.
He definitely has to sit down in the one of the patio furnitures there, and you see that finger in the spider web. That's your first clue, folks. That is your first clue. What's everyone else doing?
I gotta keep doing CPR till the paramedics get here.
Okay.
Did I get the finger? Should I write that down?
You don't have it yet, but it's up there, and you see it. There is some blood kind of coloring the spider web around it. Pretty fresh.
I probably just made a real big impression on this party.
All right, what's everyone else doing?
I think
No,
Debbie
Debbie,
had something she was gonna do.
Yeah, I didn't know if y'all can't hear me because I tried to speak up a few times.
No, we got you.
I don't know if I'm
I hear you
getting
now.
talked over or you can't hear me. Okay.
We got you.
So, Margarita would like to, while everybody's kind of looking around and watching this going on,
Okay.
with Violet, would like to see if she can see how the finger was severed by looking at the hand.
Okay.
Was it knife? Was it bitten off? Was it torn off?
Okay, so you're down. You're looking at the body, or are you looking at the finger?
I'm looking at the body.
Okay, so down with Goldie and Coco doing the thing, and you're able to take a look at the finger. Go ahead and give me a reason roll. Oh,
Wait, that's just 1d6.
so that's 1d6. Go ahead and give me one more.
That's
not looking good, 'cause that's a 1.
1.
If you click on the night move on your character sheet, it'll auto roll for you. It'll let you set it up. I found that to be much easier.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I haven't played around with the character sheets too much here. In Roll20, you should check them out.
Definitely.
Great system.
And that was presence, which I do have
Reason.
+1.
Reason.
Actually, +2. A reason. So I just have +1 for that.
Okay. So that's a mild success. You get what you want, but there's a complication or cost. Keeper describes what that looks like. So as you're looking at the finger, it is not a clean sever. So definitely not a knife. Hard to tell exactly what it is, what would have done this without some other input. But it is not clean. I'll say that.
Do we see, like, is there a pool of blood or any blood?
There is, especially where his hands were next to the tub. And then, but now that he's been flopped over and CPR is happening, there is a small pool next to where his hand is at currently.
While this is happening, I think I look around to see if I can find Marcus anywhere.
Okay.
If he's nowhere to be seen.
Okay. He is here. He's sort of in the back, kind of in the back of the crowd, nowhere near the front. Just kind of arms folded, arms crossed.
I kind of walk up, like, just behind, like, kind of just, like, sidle up next to him, and I'm like, unbelievable. This is so fickle. This is why you don't mess with entertainment. And
Right.
that's just,
Right. And of
this
course,
kind of
leave it to Abner, right? Again, and I mean, no offense.
how did it happen? This is unbelievable.
This never would have happened if he went to LA. Never would have happened.
Who do you think did it?
Looking, or he's like looking, surveying the party. Your guess is as good as mine. Somebody who's pretty quick, pretty vicious.
Okay, he's giving me nothing. So I walk.
What a loser.
And I think I grab Goldie, I think, and then I just kind of motion over. I think while this commotion is happening, are you still doing CPR?
Has anyone called?
Yeah, so
911?
at this point, yes, the maid,
Coco
Mrs.
must have, right?
The maid, Mrs. White, was on the phone, kind of
Okay.
in the off in the wings, kind of freaking out on the 911 call. But Coco seems to be out of breath at this point. I think it's. She stands up, kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, Goldie. Thank you. She whispers into you. What the heck is that? I'm gonna whisper into you. She whispers in your direction. Thank you so much. But I think it's better if we all just kind of go back inside, relax the best we can. The authorities have been called. Sheriff Dalrymple is on his way. Let's put it in their hands. He has asked that nobody leave. We just go inside, and there's more drinks. The bar has been restocked. The champagne is on ice. I think Abner would want us to have a good time here. So please, everybody, back inside, back inside.
But before we do that, Betty would be quite familiar with anticipating Violet's violence on Gordon there, and then as Goldie's thrusting on the dead man there. Lakshmi's over there talking. Margarita's looking at the web. So Betty's sitting there finishing off her drink, and she looks around at the to see if anybody from the party is not there.
Oh. Give me a reason roll.
We're chaotic, but we get shit done.
We know the job that we have to do.
I got a 7.
Oh, a 7. Folks, that is not good enough. You see, as people are kind of going inside, you see the patio kind of ends, moving as you're facing the doors, going back inside to the right. We got the spider web up there on the right side of the door. And then to the right on the ground, you see some muddy imprints on the grass. Like the grass has been depressed a little bit, and you can see that.
Is there any like blood stains in the
You'd have to get a little closer to check.
Okay. Well, then Betty will go over there and kind of inspect the footprints and see if they look like they're coming from the trough.
Yeah. Not so much the trough itself. The trough is sort of in the center of this patio. If you're looking out the door, center. Yeah. If you're looking out the door to the left on the wall is the spider web. Further down the left in the yard are the depressions. But I'm going to pause you right there. Goblin Cave TV coming in with a raid.
Oh.
What is up, my friend? Hey. Welcome, Raiders.
Pew, pew, pew. Good luck with this one.
Welcome. We come to share the love. Our hearts are warm and fresh. Well, good. Because our hearts are cold and dead. Knowing this party.
We're filled with vim and vigor. What are you talking about?
Yeah. You know what I just realized? These buttons on here are fake. This is a Velcro pocket. I'm a real sheriff. I'm a sheriff. Howland, thank you so much. Yo. I think that calls for putting on the hat. Thank you. Thank you.
That's your damn headband for the day.
Exactly. You missed the murder, but we're finding clues now. So you're here for the juicy parts. Betty, you're moving over in that direction? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I guess that I would be doing a night move here. I'm looking to see what type of footprint would it be, like a high heel or boot, shoe, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, your meddling move is the role we're using for this.
Okay.
VJ Stonecraft. Thank you. Hi. So as you move off the patio and looking at the impression of this this footprint, a figure comes out of the dark, often to the shrubbery out there in the yard, and grabs you around the waist as you're kind of bent over looking down, grabs you around the waist, flips you up, your head is down, your feet are up, and they turn and are running away, whispering to you, "Don't say a word," and just start running.
And then I said, "You're spilling my drink! You're spilling my drink!" at the top of my lungs. Violet!
Quickly puts you down on the ground and covers your mouth, takes out a knife of their pocket and puts it to your throat. And you're like in the dark. This is nothing, no porch light reaches here. Kind of gets you before you get too many words out. Now, this is a moment where you can put on a crown and you can reverse all of this. So this is the complication because you rolled poorly. You rolled poorly.
Put on the crown.
So you could put on a crown and stop this madman.
Of course I will put on a crown.
All right. I was hoping you would. I was afraid for a moment you'd say, "No, fuck it." Let him do his thing. And then I'd have to figure out what he was going to do. Okay, so you're putting on a crown. Which crown are you putting on?
I will put. We were thinking about those children that came to the door. I'm going to do a flashback of my fondest memory with children. Okay, and so Betty is talking about children. Unfortunately, her and Gene never were able to have kids, right? He couldn't perform his duties and put the buns in the oven, if you will. But we did kidnap a kid once, and that was really great. We were at this park, and we were just kind of walking around. It was a nice spring day. We were eating blueberries. It was really, really nice. And there was this birthday party there, and they had like 10 kids there. And we didn't think that they would miss one, so we just took one. And then we took him, and we went and got ice cream, and we played video games on the boardwalk. And then he started crying. Then he had to use the bathroom, and then we just left him in the arcade, and then went back to the park.
Oh, all right.
That was it, man. And we were glad we never had kids.
Okay, all right. I like this. So we're gonna rewind. You leave the patio to look at this imprint on the grass, and as you bend down to look at it, you see a dog run past, making a little noise, but moves quickly out of the way. No big deal. And as you're looking at this footprint, it's not a heel. You can tell there's no heel. Pretty nondescript. As it's just imprinting the grass, so no tread marks that you can tell. But judging by the rain that's been coming in, somebody's going to have some muddy shoes. Ooh.
And so with the crown, does that, the shadowy figure,
that never happened.
Decorated?
That
never happened. Okay. Yeah. And so Betty just comes back up and she goes over to Margarita. She said, and he goes, Margarita, I got a couple of things I got to tell you. One, I put vinegar in all the snacks. So Gordon would hire you next time. But unfortunately, I don't think he's going to have any more parties. But number two, we got to look for some muddy shoes.
And at that point, Coco's like, everybody inside, come on, please. Respect the area. Kind of ushers, and you're now being a little more forcefully with Mrs. White and Coco being pushed inside.
Did I get the finger?
Yeah. So if you wanted to grab it, you could have done that.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
All right. You have a bloody finger.
Severed finger.
Add that to
right
your
inventory.
And speaking of a severed finger, Goldie would think back and try to remember if she had seen him wearing a ring on that finger.
Not that you know of.
Okay.
Not that you know of. And Violet, you don't see like a ring imprint. When I take a ring off, you got
hand
that
line.
Yeah. You don't see it on the finger.
Margarita hears what Betty Rose has suggested, and keep in mind, Margarita is only about 4'10", so it's very easy for her to look down and she's hunched over anyway, looking at people's feet, looking for muddy shoes.
Okay. So you're all inside now, at the back of the house, and again, you have the kitchen to your left, with the dining room attached to it. You have, now that you're looking at it and the commotion has kind of died down, you see to the right there is sort of made up movie theater lobby, and then some red velvet curtains. And then everybody's starting to move through the house and going back to the bar. You don't see any, looking down, you don't see any footprints on the floor. With this amount of people, you don't see any, with them being kind of packed in, it's kind of hard to see. You don't see any muddy shoes readily present.
I think while people are still like settling in, Lakshmi's gonna try and go into wherever his study is, wherever Abner's study was, and just kind of see
Okay.
if there's like a phone there
Kind of
or
quick look around the
Yeah.
first floor. You don't see anything. There is that.
I don't see a study.
No, not on the first floor.
Okay.
But there is a staircase going up from the foyer.
Yeah.
Going upstairs.
I think before I go up, I definitely don't want to go up by myself.
Okay.
So we have a group text. So I pull out my phone, and this is going to take a few minutes. This is not going to be a quick thing. I'm like, on my phone, I'm like sending this message. I've got like the vape dangling, or the cigarette now, because the vape is empty. The cartridges are gone. And so I'm just sending this text. This is still a lit cigarette. I have no value for the rules. And I'm sending a text saying, hey, I'm looking, I think the study is upstairs. And like just sending this text message to my friends. And then I always sign off best Lakshmi.
There's definitely two like weird awkward selfies of Goldie from when she had your phone.
I don't know how to erase them.
So
they're so nice.
The group is moving back into the bar area. Some of them peel off and go to the other side of the foyer, into that room. Don't quite know what it is yet. But you're able to scurry upstairs if you'd like.
Yeah, en masse, all of us.
All five?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe like one at a time, we're all searching for the bathroom.
Okay. Perfect. As you get upstairs, there is a bathroom straight ahead. Down the hallway to this side, you see a set of double doors. Hallway to the left, you see a single door.
Probably the single door if we're looking for a study.
And there is a door like straight ahead. Single door.
Let's try the single door.
Yeah.
Okay. To the left or straight ahead?
To the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Moving down to the left, you open the door. It is unlocked. You see what looks to be like an office. There's a framed, as you kind of get your bearings in this room, you see a framed dollar bill with no particular significance that you can tell. You see a top-of-the-line computer still in its box. You see on the wall right next to the door as you come in, a talking Cuda the Barracuda mounted on the wall. And there is a little red button right below it.
Little old bitey.
But what else do you see in here to kind of paint the scene a little bit more that lets you know Abner's bad at business? How would you know Abner's bad at business?
He has a vast collection of black velvet paintings.
Okay. Go ahead, Margarita.
And on the desk is a large stack of envelopes, and they have stamped on top. Each one of them essentially has stamped in red. Final notice, final warning.
Okay. All right. So some final notices. We got velvet posters. He's had all his movie posters velvetized. Like, so you see hanging on the wall, Return of the Devil Woman from Planet X. You see Zombie High School. You see Barracuda 2, The Cuda Sleeps at Night. And then Barracuda 8, Cuda in Space, all around this room.
Also, and this is going to give me flack in a meta sense, there's too many figurines against the wall of all of the movies. Every character in every movie he's had made a figurine.
Okay. Yeah, so he's had
against the walls.
Yeah, he's had Scott is it Scott McFarlane? That does the Spawn figures. He's had him commission all of the main monsters in his movies.
The other wall is done with Finko pups.
Finko pups. Okay. So you're in this room. What do you want to do? Unless you want to add anything more that says he's bad at business.
I would say that Margarita also is looking at these velvet paintings, and she's just shaking her head because essentially they're just like some cheap machine-made thing. This is nothing like the traditional black velvet paintings from Mexico and that are just so well done. This is essentially just ran it off on a cheap whatever. So
These are the
like
souvenir shop
appalled.
ones you get in Vegas.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so with all these figurines and the velvet paintings and all that stuff, and so what Betty's looking at is to see of the Barracuda one specifically, if like any of the figurines from the earlier movies are missing.
Okay. Give me a reason roll. Give me a reason roll. And I'd say, Violet, at this point your hot-bloodedness has kind of cooled, right? You've got some clues. You're kind of back in your element. You're away from Gordo.
I dealt out bodily harm.
Yeah. You kind of you expressed yourself. So I'm going to say you're no longer.
That works. So
yeah, what Betty's thinking about is that woman we first met, who Betty doesn't like. Maybe she's suspicious of her, for being kicked out. Yeah, the Vamp Tramp from being kicked out of the Barracuda series. So she's looking to see if any of the things have been missing here.
Okay.
And I rolled another 7.
Another one. Thank you, DJ Khaled. Another 7. There's a reroll in there, or an advantage.
Yeah, let's do it.
I was gonna say, Betty, while you're looking around there, sweetheart, I have a sneaking suspicion that this man is likely very private about his little personal play space. It tend to be, and I'd be willing to bet that maid, the weird little sassy one with the cat ears, that probably isn't allowed to come in here and dust. So if there's something hidden in here, I'd be willing to bet it's the item without the dust on it that gets moved around the most. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I will remind you that you can use something in your cozy little inventory to get advantage on a roll as well. So if you can make a case to use whatever you have in your inventory.
So Betty pulled up her mini bar up the stairs, and she's like going into the study, and
I'll pull out I'll use the severed finger to do the dust test. Nope,
okay. No. So with a 7, are we sticking with the 7?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it.
All right, and you are looking at the figurines. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm wanting to see if any of the early Barracuda series has been tampered with or missing or something.
Okay. Most of the figurines are sitting on a windowsill. And as you approach that, your eyes catch 2 people out in the yard, like just off the patio, and things are getting heated. It is dark. You can only see this kind of silhouetted outline of their figures. You can't tell who it is. But they are.
The first thing Betty does is to look back to see if Lakshmi's out there with her man, or she's still up here with us.
No. I'm with all of you. In fact, I'm like looking through paper. I'm looking in detail at like contracts and like if there's any like communications between like for his like I'm specifically looking for like move to LA kind of stuff.
All right, well,
why
you can give me a reason roll and we'll get to that. Betty, as you are looking, you like look back to make sure everybody's with you, make sure your party's there, and you look back out there. Those people have stopped talking to each other and have turned and faced and looking at you up in that upstairs window. They quickly dart, and they go back under the cover of the back porch.
Did I recognize maybe their Halloween costume?
You did not. You did not. No.
Somebody's out there. They may be looking for evidence.
Again, you can put on a crown if you'd like to move up.
Move up?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do a scene in present day showing a burgeoning romance.
Okay.
Right. And what this is I can just, how much time do me and Violet and Goldie and Marguerite had to listen to Lakshmi and her love life, right? And so burgeoning romance that I can see is that maybe she finally met her man tonight that wasn't wearing a costume, and I can just hope that they'll live happy ever after, at least through the weekend. So Lakshmi can feel, get a part of herself back and feel vitalized again.
Okay, I love it. Reverse a little bit. Those two figures are still down there talking. Can't see who they are. Can't make out the specifics of their silhouette. But they don't look up and see you. They stay where they're at. They finish their conversation, never breaking eye contact from one another. They kind of disperse. One goes left, one goes right.
So,
go ahead.
Before they disperse, I'd like to put on a crown to determine their identity, or at least to recognize their costume.
What is this? What is this?
I'm going to use the scene in the present day that shows how I satisfy my desires.
Oh. Did you give me a roll?
Do I roll or?
Yeah, you'd have to. If you put on a crown. Yeah, you'd have to give me a roll there. So coming up and joining.
I'll set the scene before I give the roll. How about that?
Okay.
So before they split up and go out of sight, Violet, now that she's alone with people she trusts, she's going to kind of let the tough girl facade fall away a little bit. She's been a little stressed by the events of the night. And so as you know, her girl is over there looking out the window. Violet comes up behind her, puts her arms around her, and just kind of squeezes really tight and lays her head down kind of between Rose's shoulders.
Okay.
And just lets it all fall away. All the anger and the tension and pent-up aggression that Violet's normally got. She just kind of lets herself be vulnerable for a minute and kind of satisfies that need to be weak and vulnerable that she never really gets to, because Violet's always the beefy, tough girl in the group, and she feels like she has to fulfill that role and protect people. So she takes that moment to just be vulnerable and to fulfill that desire to be cared for.
Okay.
And doing so, she kind of turns her head and puts her chin on her shoulder and looks out the window and catches a view of them.
Okay. Give me a meddling roll with reason. Does it ask you for the skill?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, yeah, so with reason.
With reason?
Yeah. Meddling move
coming up.
Reason as you are looking out there.
Massive
success. Huge. Huge. This calls for some like D20s in the chat. This is our first one tonight, yeah?
Massive success.
Massive. Very big. Very big. Okay.
Right after a great success from Lakshmi, too.
Yeah, we'll get great success, says
great
Borat.
Success.
We'll come back to Lakshmi. Let's finish up this peering out the window. Betty, you're not seeing it. You're not seeing the definition of these characters down there. But as soon as Violet puts her chin right on your shoulder, Violet, you see that one of them is June Willoughby. You see those pigtails coming up. You see the little poodle skirt, little sock hop costume. And you see that the other is Mrs. White. You see little cat ears.
Uh-oh. That bitch.
They do break away, going separate ways. Just like the Journey song, separate ways.
I'll kind of just point it out. Well, look at those little shitheads down there. Do you know who that is? And I'll kind of point out who's who.
As you're pointing that out down there, they're breaking away. But as they break, incoming from the kind of the darkened, grassy, shrubbed area behind the house is this rising, rolling mist. This is your void clue because you got a 12. Is this rising, rolling mist that is pouring in. And within that mist, you see other shapes and eyes, like eyes of a predator, just moving through, kind of swirling up the mist as they move through and swirling it that way, eyes darting back and forth. And as soon as you try to point it out to Betty Rose, the mist just dissipates.
Let's step away from the window, dear, okay?
Very, very coming on the heels of your nightmare.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too soon.
Yeah. But let's step away from the window, dear, okay?
Lakshmi, where are you looking specifically? On the desk?
Yeah. Like, or not in the desk, but probably the drawers. Like,
Okay.
if there's like some memorandums or something tucked away of like maybe in his contract or something that requires him to move to LA, and if there's any friction around that, you know?
Okay. You see in one, holy moly, time out, folks. Substances used. Dion, raiding in with a party of 7. Party of 7. I
here too, Dion.
love that show, Party of 7. Thank you
Party of 7.
so much, Dion. Thank you for the raid.
Definitely.
Yeah. Who knew Monday night was the night for all the raids? But we appreciate it. Hey, Robo, thanks for the shout out there. Substances used. Why can't I say it? If you don't know Dion, go check out his channel. Doing a lot of GTA 5 role play. Plays in our Thursday night games. Yeah. Lakshmi.
Yes.
You're kind of like, it seems like there's a bunch of balled up receipts in this drawer. But as your hand comes in and you're like trying to fish around, the back of your hand catches something on top of the drawer.
Oh, I start fidgeting with that and seeing if something comes.
It's a little button, and you push it. Next to you, Goldie, on the other side of the room, a door, a little secret passage, kind of opens up. That was like part of the wall. No way of telling. You're muted, Quake. Muted.
Yep. Goldie was looking underneath all the velvet paintings to see if there was like a real cliche wall safe.
Yeah.
And like looking under one, then the door.
I love
like,
it.
it's
And
right
as you're looking at one, like the outline of the poster is the door jam for the secret door, just like right in front of you. Kind of, what did I do? Did I touch something?
He definitely jumps and screams a little bit.
Did I do that?
So, a little passageway opens up. Probably not what you're looking for, Lakshmi, but something cool.
This like brings me the confidence that I've been looking for after that nightmare that made me feel irrelevant and like washed up. I like feel like I've cracked a clue, and I'm like, oh, of course he has a secret passageway. Let's go, ladies. I just try and lead the charge into the other.
One step into this passageway, and you see a very, like, the width of this passageway is like just past shoulder width. Excuse me. Just past shoulder width. So it's very tight. One person at a time. And you're on a landing immediately with a very tight corkscrew staircase that goes down.
I think I also turn on my flashlight feature on my phone.
Okay.
It's the only thing I actually know how to do because I accidentally press it all the time.
Yeah, it's always on.
So
battery drain.
Yeah.
So you kind of hold it down and you see it goes like 2 or 3 turns and then it lands and then you see a hallway going to the left.
Yeah, I think we descend, right?
Right behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lakshmi first. I imagine Goldie is somewhere close behind. Okay. Everybody else following?
Abuela, you want to go next? Stay in the middle?
Was there anything
Yes.
in the study room that was the hefty?
What do you mean?
Something that I could like hold ready to
wield if you need.
Yes.
You could give me a reason check, like kind of a retcon reason roll.
Solid.
Ooh, a 10. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It's a sword cane.
Yeah.
Cardboard.
Prop weapons.
Dang it, there was something on here.
You gotta have an award, right? Like some award.
Yes,
A
there
Razzie.
is definitely. There is sort of like a trophy type piece.
What's the award they give for the really bad movies?
Razzies.
Razzies.
It's a Razzie.
Yeah. Was it Halle Berry that won a Razzie and an Oscar in the same year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like pretty awesome. But you see, it's got a kind of faux marble base, and then some sort of like artistic design. Not really, just some kind of weird glass flame thing. But on the base it says Lifetime Achievement Award.
It's the nailed it trophy.
Yeah. Are you?
I love that show.
Are you picking it up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And as you pick it up, you see on the bottom there is some stuff etched into the bottom. And you look at it, it says, "Enjoy it, you worthless bastard." Not signed by anybody, but "Enjoy it, you worthless bastard."
Dang.
Okay.
Everybody hates him.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. So you have this now that you could use to, I don't know, wield if you must. But you get back and you get to the bottom of the stairs, Lakshmi in the front. Another one landing, and there's a hallway that now goes left and right. Still very tight. The ceiling is like 5'2", so if you're taller than that, you got to kind of hunch. But one goes left, one goes right. The left, you can see the end. It dead ends. The right turns one more time.
Make a hallway if you're not going to put anything there. I'm like
This is very much like a secret passage. No light switches in here, no decorations. This is like smaller, compact.
Yeah, I guess we go to the right then.
Well, Violet's taking up the rear, but I've got her trusty mag light out.
Is there any other source of light in here, like eye holes from paintings?
No. No.
Classic.
Not that you can see from where you're at here. So, did you say you were going right?
Yeah, I think we're going to go to the right.
Okay. Go down the hallway to the right, and then it turns one more to the right. And then it immediately turns to the left. And you are now in front of a wall. As you are there, you can hear music, conversations on the other side of this wall.
And it sounds like the party that's happening inside. Okay, got it. Can we hear what anyone is saying at all?
Yes, you can if you get close enough. Put your ear up to it. You can hear the lovely sound of Sheriff Dalrymple. You can hear other people, other conversations going, I don't know who did it. I can't believe this happened tonight of all places. I just wanted to have fun. Not in Brindlewood Bay. And then you hear Sheriff Dalrymple like, okay, where were you when this happened? Where, kind of questioning people.
Okay.
How are those crazy murder mavens?
Wait, I think we're probably all looking. I think I'm shining the light around in this area, and I think it just seems like this is some creepy passageway to listen in on what people are doing. So we probably want to head the other direction.
Well, we're gonna have to completely change marching or reverse marching order.
It'd be hard to put Lakshmi back in the front. So Violet, I think.
Yeah.
I got the mag light out.
Rotate around, marching back the other way.
I'll go down the other hallway.
Continuing past the stairway that goes up, continuing dead ends But you can tell there's a little like release latch, like kind of like a pocket door kind of thing.
I want to put my ear up to the wall.
You don't hear anything.
All right, so I'll kind of look back at everybody and like motion for everybody to shush. And I'll click off my light.
Okay.
And I'll pull the latch.
Okay.
And slide it open real slow. It is in fact
a pocket door. Slides in. You see the back side of red velvet. Like red velvet curtains.
Is there a split or?
No.
All right.
Well, not that you can see, not in the middle of this doorway.
So very, very gently, I just want to kind of barely push on the velvet.
Okay.
Just to where I can kind of lean in and look to either side to see if there's reach.
As you kind of bow it out a little bit from the wall, you can see into the kitchen. And this is the theater, made-up theater lobby that you crossed when you were coming back from the back patio. And as you look to the left, you see a old-fashioned popcorn machine. And then right next to that, another set of red velvet curtains. Looks like that does have a split in the middle. Next to that is like a old-fashioned theater candy bar. Like got different candies on top. All in the cute little display boxes.
So I'm gonna whisper down the line, like, "Hey, this is what I see. Pass it down." And ask the question: should we exit here or should we check the stairs?
I think we should check the stairs.
What stairs?
So really was like get a game of like telephone, as we do pass around. And so what is actually here, at the end of
what
it.
What stairs are you talking about?
Fish or green, do you like to dance?
What stairs are you talking about?
You said we went right past the stairs.
Oh, those are the stairs you came down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the stairs you came down from the Abner's office.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that was a different thing.
No.
When we come down those stairs, though, I know that you said that you had your light. Can we look down and see whether we see any muddy footprints on the stairs?
No muddy footprints on the stairs.
Well, in that case, let's exit here where it's quiet. In the kitchen theater. Just kind of carefully kind of push out.
Okay.
Come out of the curtain.
And as you do, you can see into the backyard. Because there's a little half wall and then some double doors that you went out. And you can kind of see the commotion has picked up out there. There are some Brindlewood Bay police out there kind of setting up, yellow coning it and kind of making sure nobody is there, kind of examining the scene. Nobody sees you as you step out, though.
Okay. Let's go find the sheriff and give him the finger. I mean this finger, not this finger in particular, not the. You know what I'm saying.
Oh.
Calm down.
So if we're in this kitchen area, as we come through
kitchen area is across the hall at the other side. You're in this faux movie house lobby.
Thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to think, if the maid, we saw the maid out there, would there be some kind of instrument from the kitchen missing that could sever a finger or something?
It wasn't a clean cut though. That thing was yanked off or something.
Maybe it was a meat cleaver then.
A cracker, can opener,
a garlic peeler, garlic press.
I think it was teeth.
Ooh, from the little Chihuahua.
Maybe. So where do you want to head?
Pepito?
Where's my Pepito? So
we're going to
go find the sheriff.
Okay.
Yeah, give the finger to the sheriff.
All right.
Yeah.
Put like a milk dud in the secret door just to make sure we don't lose the entrance from here.
All right. Yeah, you
Milk
wedge
dud.
a little milk dud there, and then put the curtain back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Head out into the main
And
hallway.
I'm just gonna say that we close the other door behind us. At the
Yeah,
top of
yeah,
the
Lock the
and
door, yeah.
the milk dud is wedged in there so it doesn't
Yeah.
latch all the way. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Head into the main hallway. You can see out the back patio. Nothing but police officers back there. Abner's body still laying there. Start heading towards the front of the house into the foyer. You see Dalrymple in the bar area questioning people before y'all enter.
Drinking on the job, sheriff.
He kind of just, you can see he's looking away from you, and you can see his head kind of just drop. Like, how did I know? Turns around. He's got his little pocket notebook. Well, it wouldn't be a night without you mavens, would it?
Sheriff, I have got the most.
Yeah. Answering to do. Where have you been? I've
I
been
was-
here for 15 minutes questioning people. Haven't seen one of you.
We all went down to the ladies' room, powder our nose. That is neither here
Sure,
nor there.
Sure.
I have something very important I need to give to you
Oh,
right this minute, but I would rather it be done
Is
away
it-
from these prying eyes.
is it a trick or a treat?
Well, I mean it's that is a very complicated question and a little bit loaded. I have drinks this evening because it's a party. I did not expect for this poor man to get murdered and mangled,
I have one more.
and I was accosted too, Sheriff.
Well, we better get to it now.
Pressing charges.
All right, everybody, hang tight. I've talked to most of you. If I haven't talked to you, stay here. Nobody move. I'll be right back. And he kind of steps out into the foyer with all of you. Now, how? Of course you're all here. I can't. This is a very candid conversation with just the five of you and him. Now, where have you been?
Well, first off, I know how much you get angry with me when I tamper with evidence and certain scenes of crimes. So I just want to say right off the bat that I did this to preserve things for you and to make sure that the evidence went untampered with and was not going to be corrupted by
Of course.
sticky fingers.
Of course.
Plus, I believe there is a very nasty poodle around here somewhere that might have made off with this particular piece of evidence. So if you would not mind, just hold your hand out for me, and I will place the item in your palm, and we will say nothing
All right.
how I came about it.
Enough of the jokes. Come on. I have an investigation to run here.
Well, fine. I'll just be blunt. Here, take it.
Holding his hand.
I'll hold the finger out.
Pull the sandwich bag out of her fanny pack to
Is it
put
just
it
the raw finger? No.
I never had anything to put it in. It was just been in my stomach bag.
It hits his. It hits his hand, and he drops it.
Now, well, look what you did.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that real?
Well, yeah, it's real. Came right off the. Well, it was in the spider web. It could have been fake, but it feels pretty real.
Bends over to pick it up. All right, so you're just putting evidence in your pocket.
Would you rather I left it for that mean old poodle to run off with?
Well, I'd rather you leave the scene as is and deal with it from there. But
We were trying to save the man's life. Nobody else made a move to save the man's life. Heroes,
okay.
right here, we're doing that RSC, the chest pounding, breathing in the mouth.
all right. Just give me a second. And he goes to the front door, opens it, and he's Deputy Brett, come here. And Deputy Brett Anderson, kind of swooping blonde, like beach blonde hair, like he's been getting too much sun. Very much a himbo beach cop, as is written here. comes in.
Latch me gets nudged.
I've been there. It's no fun.
Well, it's fun for a little bit.
Brett, we need some of those evidence bags quickly. And he kind of turns around and runs back out to one of the cars. He'll be right back. I should have gave him the finger. Dang it. All right. So, well, now we're in deep. What's the read? What's the finger on the pulse? What's going
Sheriff Pimple, when you were
You know that's not my name, Betty.
Oh man, I can't. Well, first off, Violet's right. Goldie tried to save this man's life. Well, with his RSPV and the mayor, and so she needs an award, a citation for trying to keep this man alive until the paramedics come, which is apparently they're still not here. But anyway, that doesn't matter. When you were talking to people, did anybody have muddy shoes?
No muddy shoes.
What about the little cat-eared woman and the lady with the pigtails?
Mrs. White?
Yeah, the HOA lady, yeah.
Mrs. White came in.
The two of them were conspiring out in the yard.
Okay, this is good. June came in through the front door. She said she got lost and was circling around outside.
How would that woman get lost? This is practically her own house. Come on now.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Well, this is Abner's house in Cocoa.
Oh yeah, sure. Cocoa. It's all about some cocoa. Let me tell you.
Oh, well, okay. So what else do we got? We got a little argument by them.
There wasn't an argument. They were conspiring.
I'm smoking another cigarette. I'm like, it's got to be the maid. It has to be the maid.
She was just a little bit bitchy. I ain't gonna lie.
I think she's mad because if they move to LA, she's out of a job.
Could be. It very well could be.
Okay. Totally makes sense.
Okay.
And
can you believe she wouldn't let me vape in this house?
Well,
it's practically air.
Actually,
just bubblegum flavored air.
That's common courtesy, right?
Well, also,
smoke indoors.
I don't think that we should completely rule out the fact that that man that accosted me may have done this. He did try to put his hands on me right after we found that.
Tell me, what man?
I shall not name him.
It was Gordon, and he needs to go to jail for life.
You mean the Frankenstein's monster in there?
Yes, he is definitely a monster, and he is put together from all the wrong parts.
He seems
except for the one that matters, which is definitely the wrong part. But we ain't gonna go there right now.
Stuffy for sure.
I'm like standing behind them, just like, don't go up that tree.
All right. Well, okay. I don't have anything solid here. We got a finger, got a conversation. We got you scorned by love and trying to blame it on somebody else.
We got the footprints behind the going behind the house.
All right. Well,
sorry, Margarita.
Okay. Yeah, Margarita, what were you gonna say?
Well, all I know is that I've been having a bit of financial troubles. That Coco, she, for whatever reason, turned me down, and well, Abner might have been struggling with some money issues. So I look at the wife.
Everybody knows you're the best.
A little less lavish than normal.
Okay. So the film industry's a little slow, but Margarita, everybody knows you're the best. Why would they? It's not fair. It's not fair.
They put little penises in with the milk duds. You should have seen it.
Well, I
did. Spread. Unbelievable.
Vampain. They got Vampain.
They don't realize,
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they just wanted to be as gaudy and fake with their food as they are with their film. Did I say that?
You did.
And on top of that, Sheriff, they were giving alcohol and vape to kids.
They did. We saw it ourselves.
All right.
Yeah, you go find. You can go get this truth.
All right. Well, I'm sure I'll have a call in the morning when parents go looking through their kids' baskets. All right. Okay.
Did you know that this man's been spying on his guests?
What do you mean?
We found a secret passage.
Abner?
Yeah, he was right through there in the kitchen thing with the theater with the velvet curtains. There's a little door back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we accidentally stumbled upon it and fell in through the door.
All right.
And wandered through. We were lost. It was terrifying, scary.
Well,
poor Latchme right there. I think she was really beside herself. If
I'm sure she
rusty
was.
phone, we may have tripped over something nasty in there.
All right. Well, I need to get these interviews done in here.
We'll keep searching around.
Yeah.
We'll find who did this,
Yes,
Sheriff. Don't you worry about a thing.
Move quietly. Remember, you're just documenting. You're not touching anything. You're bringing information to me.
What if I find another finger?
You leave it and note it.
But what about the poodle?
What poodle?
The poodle that's gonna eat the finger.
No, the Vidals don't have a dog.
How do you know?
I asked Coco.
There is the thing with no face, the face with no thing, and the thing with the thing in its face. How do you know that?
All right, so anything's possible. Anything's possible. All right. Again, documenting, not touching. You come back to me, right? This is my rodeo.
All right, you're the cowboy.
Yes.
You get him, cowboy.
It's my rodeo.
Yeah. How is Mrs. Dalrymple?
She's good. She's good.
Is she feeding you?
Too much.
I sent that ziti recipe. Okay.
It was delicious. It's
what's going on?
It's the best, right? Well,
okay.
Nothing. I'm fine.
You sure? You seem a little out of sorts.
Listen, all is quiet on the home front, okay? Like, I am happy as a clam.
Are you even at home? Because you don't look like you got a real shirt on. That looks like it doesn't even have real pockets on that. Is everything okay?
Oh, well, buttons fall out, but Velcro stays.
Don't know what kind of operations happening. I think
you're not sleeping on the couch. You're not sleeping on the couch again, are you?
I am. No, I just. Okay, stop it. Like, this is not.
Let me. Do I need to smell your breath? Have you been drinking?
This is not Dalrymple marriage therapy, okay?
Do you need a drink?
No, well, I would love to have one, but I am on duty.
Just stay. You can have some of that Zampane, whatever it is, because that's just Kool-Aid, really.
Flavored water. Yeah.
We figure out who's in charge here, who's involved, who's guilty.
Well, we're in charge here.
Right, of course. So, with that being said, go. I need to question. Go.
All right, we're going to go find out who did this. If I find another finger, I'll bring it to you.
All right. Please.
He didn't even catch it. That's brilliant.
All right.
That poor man.
You just...
No, as Betty's like, she's getting a drink, at the bar, sitting there hearing all this. Okay. She looks at the group. She said, "Let's go to see where the maid sleeps and see her room. See if we can find some evidence or something. Oh. Then we can beat her up."
I know. Why don't you do that? And why don't you guys do that? And then while you do that, I'm gonna attract her by smoking a cigarette in the kitchen.
Oh, you're gonna call her out. That's right. You're gonna make her, get her busy.
All right.
But yeah, you should keep somebody with you for backup if you do that, just in case she's a murderer.
Yeah, absolutely. Would anyone? And I open my pack and I'm like, anyone like to join me in my search for cancer?
Nobody readily taking you up on that.
I know.
Okay.
Although. Goldie will pull an extra pack of vape juice out of her fanny pack. Like, I might want to see what it's like.
Oh,
amazing!
Try anything. Okay. So you're heading to the kitchen. Goldie, are you following Lakshmi to the kitchen? Where are the other three going?
Still got my my award behind my back.
Got it.
Abuela, are you coming with us? Or are you doing your own thing? You coming with us?
No, I'm going. Yes, I'm going to the kitchen as well.
Okay.
Oh, you're going to the kitchen with them.
Well, I think Violet and Betty are going to go find
maid's
quarters. Lakshmi, Goldie are going to the kitchen to try to distract said maid.
By smoking.
I think anyone would love your company.
Yes.
I will go to the kitchen because you know me. I always have to inspect the kitchens and yes.
I love it. Okay. So you three move back down the hall, kind of lighting up as you're moving, smoke filling the hallway there. Turn into the kitchen. You see that the refrigerator door is open, and somebody is leaning in and grabbing some food out of the refrigerator. Somebody wearing a kind of a black cape, tall collar.
It's the vamp tramp.
Yeah, I'm like, grab me a Pellegrino, would you?
Oh, he kind of hits his head on the fridge. Who? What? Turns around, sees you all there.
Yeah, make it 3, actually. I think my
Wearing-
friends would like one.
Wearing a Phantom of the Opera mask, looking at you. I don't think you're allowed to smoke in here. Certainly, Abner's never let me. Name's Sam Turlington. I don't know that I've met any of you, but you want some sparkling water? Is that what you said?
Yeah, today's your lucky day.
Why is that?
And I'm a smoke.
Oh well, I will
Day
respect.
first.
I will respect the Vidal's wishes here, but sure. And he kind of turns back into the fridge, grabs out a couple sparkling bottles of sparkling water, sets them out, twists the cap off, kind of slides it over to you. So, kind of had to get some not fresh air, but just some more breathing room back here. I think. I don't think that sheriff has a clue what's going on.
Well, that's why we're here. Got to keep him on track.
Oh, so you know the sheriff, huh?
He couldn't do his job without us.
Of course, we all need a partner. Sure. You want any of these fixings? He's got like just a tray of like refills for the party. Little finger sandwiches, little deli tray. Kind of sets it out.
There's some cocktail shrimp.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, help yourself. I don't think anybody else is going to eat this. I don't want to eat alone, so yeah, serve up. We'll pause there. Betty, Violet, where are you going?
So Betty looks at Violet as she's pouring a drink. She says, "Where do you think a murderous maid would live at in this house? Where do you think that room
Guilty,
is?"
I tell you.
I mean, if I had some little skank like that living in my house, it would either be in the basement or the attic, somewhere where I could put her right out of sight and not have to think about her nasty ass cluttering up the place. Sorry, that came out very. I am just full of venom tonight. I don't know what has come over me.
Well, you gave Gordon such a wallop. You did really well, and you're so emotional. We were already upstairs earlier. Let's try to find a basement.
All right, let's go look for the basement then. We will. But we got to be real careful. I saw some weird things out there in the yard. I ain't really sure what's going on.
Yeah. Well, let's have a drink. And then she pours a drink. She says, "You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot, Violet."
Well, here, hand me that bottle. Because do you remember when we were on that boat way a little while? I still got that old whiskey decanter I picked up. Look, let's fill it up.
Oh, yeah. And so she does that. She said, "I never told you this, but when you were stealing the fuel injector for the Vespa for Gordon, I went and took all his tires. So he doesn't have any more tires for any of his Vespas anymore."
Well, that was real good of you.
I knew you'd need them. Pepper needed them.
But see, and this is why we are what we are. Perfect.
All right. You do see so there's the stairs going up, and then kind of right underneath that stairwell is a door.
So I'm gonna do the classic Angela Lansbury, where I kind of mosey over to the door and lean against it, and put my hand on the handle, and then turn it, and then kind of like, oh, what's that? And bump it with my ass and try to open it.
Yeah. Stairwell going down.
I kind of look around, make sure nobody's watching.
Nope. Everybody He's kind of in the bar room and in the kitchen that you can now hear a conversation with 3 of your other mavens in there.
All right, I'll click on the mag light and start going down.
Okay. Yeah, stairs going down into a carpeted hallway, a door to the left, to the right. Not a long hallway once you get to the bottom, but
any mud tracks or anything like that we can see?
no, not in here.
All right, let's open the left door.
Okay.
Left it is.
Left door, you say. You see a little well-kept bedroom here. Kind of very, very, not big, single bed, dresser.
So would it look like the maid's room?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And so Betty just starts taking her hand through the shelves, and she just starts knocking everything on the floor.
I hate this lady. Okay. Yeah, you start taking things.
Yeah, she's looking for evidence or anything, you know, like any incriminating things.
Well, give me a meddling move with reason. Meddling move with reason. And
can I assist?
Yeah, give me a roll as well.
Or should we do 2 or just give 1 assisted, like advantage?
Yeah,
maybe.
it's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just.
Was that advantaged?
No, it was not. It was regular.
Roll 1 more because I'm assisting.
More. Yeah, that's rough. Just roll a d6. Still, a mild success. Oh man. You, as you're knocking something off the dresser, like aiming for the little wastebasket that's right next to it, doesn't make it in the wastebasket, but your eyes catch what is in the wastebasket. And it is another kind of base, like award base, much like the one Goldie has. Whatever that top crystal piece would be is shattered and is filling the garbage can.
Is there blood on it?
As you lean down to kind of check it, you hear some footsteps outside of the door.
And then I, kind of look up and say, Violet, someone's coming.
You hear a hand on the doorknob.
So Betty grabs a piece of shard out of the garbage can.
Violet wedges, because Violet wears flats, mostly sneakers, probably Converse actually, if she's out and about. But she wedges her heel against the edge of the door so that it can't come open.
Okay. You hear on the other side, excuse me, just looking for the bathroom.
Oh, sorry, we're making out.
We?
Yeah, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
We love it.
Jesus Christ. We're doing it. How old are you?
We're
12?
doing it.
It's like somebody who doesn't know what it is saying it. We're doing it.
That's got to go on a t-shirt.
Lakshmi showed me these TikToks and they were talking about that.
Must be this door right here. Sorry. And you hear the door across the hall open up and close. So now there's somebody down here with you.
Like with the crystal from the trophy, is it a particular movie or anything like that?
Yeah. So you start to pull like little shards out, and you can see some of them have some blood stains, blood around it.
Well, she's not a very good murderer, Violet. She put the evidence in this trash can.
Well, I mean, as much as I dislike the woman, there is a chance it could still be that circumventional? No. Circumventional? No. Convection?
Circumferential.
Circumferential.
Yeah.
You know that evidence where it's not exact.
We got to start paying attention to law and order.
I know. I mean,
Circumcised. Yeah, we got
circumcised evidence.
circumcised evidence.
Yeah.
So she said we should just take this whole trash wastebasket to the dairy pimples.
Well, look. So Violet will grab the pillowcase off the pillow.
Okay.
Look, just dump it all in here. We ain't gonna take that garbage
Perfect.
basket.
We're not gonna touch anything, will we? So
No,
it's perfect.
That's what the Sheriff Dalpimple said. He said, "Don't touch nothing." So we're gonna bring it right to him. Just pour it right in there.
Okay. All right. So you have this shattered award. Somebody is downstairs with you. Just a recap here. You now have 6 clues. So we're getting close. We're at 0 on the when you make the theorize roll. Okay. So any clue past this gives you a plus modifier when we theorize. Let's go over these clues just so we kind of have a recap here. A shattered award that you just found with some blood on it. Hearing the argument with 2 suspects outside. The finger in the spider web. The footprints outside. The secret passage connecting locations. And then the Lifetime Achievement Award scrolled on the bottom. Enjoy it, you worthless bastard. Those are the clues that we are working with.
These clues don't mean shit.
Well, I think it's either a rival.
Who was on the award committee?
Ooh. Lifetime Achievement Award. Just some. It's not really like a well-known award. It's just so anybody could have given it to him. It's like the word is escaping me. It's not prestigious whatsoever. The make of it doesn't look like anything special.
It's an award that was made from like Michael's like
yeah. Spray painted and yeah. The shattered one, on the other hand, seems to be a little better make, little more to it. And as you're looking at the base of it, it does say best slasher Britty Awards some year, 2012.
Were there any rival filmmakers at this party that we recall meeting?
There was the guy that Latchme was.
So
was the manager.
His manager, Marcus Greaves.
So there was a business partner.
You haven't Sam Turlington in the kitchen. We can go back to him if Violet and Betty are in need of a little break here.
There's also the Vamp Tramp.
The Vamp Tramp actress. There's the
one
wife,
who's-
the maid. Elena Visage, the actress. Gordon, the banker.
He
Sam.
who shall not be named.
Sam, we don't know what he does yet. Marcus Greaves, the manager, and then June Willoughby, the local socialite.
Let's talk to Sam in the kitchen and find out what he does.
Yeah. So he's now, we shouldn't be drinking just from the bottle. So he turns to the cupboards and grabs a couple glasses for the sparkling water. Grabs a plate and kind of making himself up a little tray of food. How's this all going to turn out, you think?
Well, we always get the culprit.
So are you investigators? What? I thought Dalrymple
As
was...
Goldie says this, I'm trying to clock what the hell is going on with his face.
Okay. He's got that Phantom of the Opera mask, so you can only see parts of it.
I'm trying to see what's going on with that one eye.
That one quarter of the face that is exposed. Seems friendly enough. I mean, he's genuinely kind of concerned a little bit.
Well, and so Margarita's going to ask. So how do you know Abner and Coco?
Oh, great friends. To be honest, we've only recently come into contact with each other, but they've quickly become great friends. We're actually business partners.
How's business been going?
Well, not so good. We were sort of denied a key contract the other day, trying to develop some of the beachfront property here at Brindlewood Bay. They didn't seem to want a commercial space right on the shore there. They told us residential only. So we got denied. We just want to put in like a little mini putt-putt golf club right on the beachfront.
Oh, I love putt-putt.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody does. But even with Abner's kind of great mind for business and any money he could throw at it, just wasn't enough to get that pushed through. A lot of red tape. Bureaucracies these days, right?
Yeah, you gotta have an in.
Yeah, I thought I did with Abner, right?
You mentioned that he was a great businessman. What did you think? What is it that makes you think he's a good at managing business? I know what it's like. It's very difficult.
Look around. He's got this house. He's got the films. He's got the productions. Like, he has a maid. Got to be doing something right. But I think it's just Brindlewood Bay kind of trying to wedge him out.
That Marcus wanted him to move to LA. So it's interesting that he wants to develop here.
Really?
Right?
Yeah, he didn't say anything about wanting to go to LA. News to me.
Huh.
So when you say you're in business with him, are you an officer of the company as well? Do y'all have insurance for your business? Anything in regards to if something should happen to one of you?
No, not on my end. What are you saying? Does Abner have something going on?
Just saying, with Abner being gone, who benefits from that? Business, wife?
Certainly not me. I'm out of a investment partner, and up goes the property, up goes any hope of getting that property. You don't. Do you think? Well, do you think somebody here did it? Like somebody's still here?
Well, it would stand to reason if Abner owed a lot of money, but someone had set up his insurance policy, they'd reap the benefits of it. That's a great way to make sure that debt is taken care of, or businesses.
Man, he's like elbows on the counter now, just kind of like rubbing his temple, like, this is all more than I can really understand.
As he's doing that, as he's rubbing his temples, I look down at his shoes.
Ooh.
Da, da, da.
Amazing.
He
Amazing.
doesn't have shoes on.
Even more suspicious.
Is he missing a toe?
Is he wearing a toe ring?
Is he wearing a toe ring? That's amazing.
Yes.
Sweetie, where are your shoes?
Oh, they're by the front door. You don't take your shoes off when you come in to a guest home?
We're at a party. Absolutely not.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, you're never fully dressed without your heels.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. They're by the front door.
Okay. I say I want to go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna go check if they really are at the front door.
Okay.
I don't think I saw anybody take their shoes off at the front door, so that's weird as fuck.
Okay, yeah, you make it back out to the front. You see Dalrymple has now like stopped questioning people in the bar room, and he's having a little drink in the corner. You see no shoes by the front door. No shoes.
Okay. I send an SOS text message.
Everybody's
Okay.
phone just bing, 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 dings.
And then I lock the front door because I don't want him to make a run for it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you know us. The door's flying open. Here we come.
All right. So, coming back from downstairs, you two are coming up after that message.
Yeah, and then I look up, Lakshmi, are you okay? Are you okay?
Do I need to hit somebody again?
You catch Lakshmi as she's coming back from the front door.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do? Who do I need to hit?
I'm trying to mouth it, but I also know that all of my friends are hard of hearing. So, including me.
What?
So it might sound like screaming, to be honest. I don't know. Like, it's the boy inside with our friends. He doesn't have any shoes on. He was in business. It sounds like insurance fraud. It's always insurance fraud. I'm like, it's gotta be.
Oh,
So
well,
what Betty heard was Lakshmi was getting a man naked in the kitchen.
well, Violet's getting excited. She's looking around for something kind of blunt object to lift up, carry along with her.
Okay. So how?
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just
how?
In case.
How do you want to handle this? Because I feel like.
Oh, wait, we're in the main lobby.
Yeah, you're kind of in the hallway. That'll connect everything.
I'm gonna grab the cucumber prop from in front of the thing with no face, the face with no thing, the thing with the thing in his face.
Yeah. Definitely.
But we're still in the kitchen, right?
Yes, you and Goldie are still in the kitchen with Sam Turlington, business partner. Now, are we making a theorized roll here? How
are we doing it?
Happy Halloween. Let's do it.
It seems like we're pointing the finger at Sam Turlington.
We can make the accusation.
Okay.
And see if he has an alibi.
Okay. It is a theorized roll with 0 modifier. Because we have it right at 6, complexity level 6.
Yeah, one of you in the kitchen roll it.
Can any of us do crowns to increase it or anything?
You cannot do a crown. You cannot. This is it. It's just as
this is it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, Latchme, this one's.
Yeah, I think.
This one's you. Let's see what you
got
get.
Oh no! I'm so scared.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
We're standing in the wings. I got the cucumber.
Say it one more time.
Did I put any number of clues there? It asks me when I select theorize number of clues found.
6.
6.
But it should be a 0 modifier when I don't know if there's a way to put in the complexity.
Okay, let me see if
I'd say just roll.
Mystery complexity 0.
Mystery complexity is 6. You have 6
okay.
clues, so it's going to be a 0 modifier. So it's just 2d6 plus 0. And you're looking for at least a 7 to 9.
You got it. You got it.
You got this.
You got it. You got it.
How do you?
Something in wrong.
Oh no. Okay, so you rolled a 1 and a 5. For some reason, it gave a negative 6. That's okay.
Because I put the mystery complexity 6.
Okay. And then number of clues. Did it ask you for number of clues?
Yeah, but I put 0.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So
So
it was 0 and 0.
yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's
So
still
the answer is
it's still a 6,
It's still a 6. Okay.
which is a fail.
It's a fail.
The solution is incorrect, and the keeper reacts. So what do you go to say to him after you've checked the shoes and they're not there?
Wow, looks like someone might have moved your shoes.
Who would steal shoes? I'm sure they just like gathered them up and put them in the closet or something, right? I left them there.
I kind of side-eye him, and
you went to go check to see if I was being honest.
I don't trust anyone. Okay.
Well,
let's get that thing straight.
I wouldn't either. Somebody here is a murderer, and it's certainly not me.
And it's you. Okay. And now I like fall flat on my face basically as I say that.
Well, it is not.
Your business is fraudulent. You definitely have some business insurance going on.
No.
And now you're
what
on it after you killed your friend. It's you.
No.
I'm coughing and choking because I have now been fucking trying so hard to get this maid to come in the kitchen, and she is not showing up.
Okay. At this point,
I can't even breathe at this point.
Mrs. White, the maid, comes from the bar, kind of sniffing the air, comes into the kitchen. What are we doing in here? The party is reserved into that room, and you're smoking in this house again. Coco has asked that you don't smoke in here. Sam, you were with these people? Why? He's like, no, I just met them here. They're accusing me because I don't have shoes on. Apparently, I killed your husband. Or not your husband, but Abner. Sorry, wrong one. Please.
That's what they call a smoking gun.
He picks up his plate. If you don't mind, I'm gonna rejoin the party, and he starts to exit the room. And you are left here with Mrs. White now. Now, please, stop. You're smoking in the house. Go out front.
I put the cigarette out.
Thank you.
In like whatever drink is in her hand.
Yeah, that's fine. Classy.
I put my vape right in her face.
Excuse me, Mrs. Hired help there.
It's Mrs. White.
Yeah, whatever. Listen, I was very curious about something. You live here on premises, don't you?
Yes.
So you're a living maid full time?
Sure.
Are you the only one?
Yes.
And as the only maid on this, I imagine you've gotten very close with the family.
Oh, of course. I've been working for them for quite some time.
Do you do any acting work yourself?
No.
You don't work on any of the productions whatsoever?
No, I wouldn't step
Do you ever help out with Mr. Abner with any of his film work?
No, I would never step foot on one of his sets.
He doesn't ask you to come into his office and help him to clean these collectibles?
No.
Not at all?
His room is his. That's sort of off limits. I don't care much to go up there.
You don't go up there at all?
No.
But you don't have any work here in the film industry whatsoever, and no need for, say,
no, I've been.
I don't know. There. You've never won an award?
No.
You don't have any. You don't have any awards?
Best Maid and Friend award given to me by Coco, but.
So no, you don't have any awards down in your room, maybe that you could show us?
No, absolutely not.
Nothing at all?
No, what are you saying?
Well, I think it's pretty plain what I'm saying, young lady. You better watch your mouth.
Watch it. Remove you right from these premises as soon as Dalrymple gives me the okay.
I'm gonna start slapping that cucumber in my palm. Oh, will you now?
So as Violet's, Betty's used to.
If we could take this back to everybody else in the bar, please.
Well,
and I've got to clean up this mess.
Why don't you go back into the bar and I will talk to my friends for just a moment, because we are the guests here, young lady.
She seems like just exasperated over this conversation about faces and heads out.
I'm going to turn around as she walks out of the room and open up the pillowcase and show them the broken, bloodied award.
And then as she's walking out of us, Betty looks at her shoes as she's walking away to see if they're muddy.
Not muddy. She's got a pair of white kids on.
I also saw her outside having a conspiratorial little conversation with the pigtailed wonder.
Jesus.
She lives here. She's got to know the secret passageway. She probably came back up and changed her shoes.
Well, she just told me a bald-faced lie. No awards in her room. What is this?
Yeah.
It is bloody and broken. Bloody. What if she used that broken crystal in there to sever that man's finger? Can you do that? Can you pull off a man's finger with a broken piece of crystal? I ain't never tried that before.
There's a way.
All right.
I've seen many a man lose a finger to a shelf knife, but not crystal. What would they want to do that for? Unless he was defending himself.
Could be. What if she clobbered that poor man? I think we might have ourselves another suspect here, myself. I think it's her. Her and her little cat-eared attitude. Bless her heart.
I never liked her from the moment we entered this house.
The worst.
You didn't. You have an amazing intuition, Lakshmi. And I have to say, unless it comes to men, when men you have a little trouble, but that's understandable, sweetheart. Men are all
Marcus
bastards.
seemed nice.
Okay.
Marcus seemed, yeah.
So it sounds like we have another theory.
Yes.
Before we make this roll, do we want to do any more searching for clues?
Well, we did find a pair. Yeah. Sorry, Goldie.
Oh, we should take the broken crystal award to get dusted for fingerprints. Because if she's handled the award, she would know it's there, and we could prove the lie.
Does anybody have something kind of on their person that will aid in that?
Oh no, the
Why,
sheriff
yes.
told us to take it back to him.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
We-
So you
Uh-oh. What you got a boy on?
We could, well, yes. I mean, we've got something right here. We've got kitchen flour. I use flour every day and to make tortillas, and so yes, we can use the flour to dust check for fingerprints
okay.
and the Scotch tape.
Yeah, and then what we also have is I pickpocketed the maid and took her iPhone out in her pocket. And so what we could do is take
You did not.
a piece of the crystal shard and put it on the thumb reader
take note of
and
that.
see if it. Okay.
You left a confession, okay?
Yeah,
We could grab like one of her cleaning implements or something in her room.
okay.
Check
You
again.
you could try.
Well,
I love that Margarita just got like a fingerprinting site
what
on
was
the
it?
countertop of this kitchen.
let me get the flour going.
If you want to try this here in the kitchen, I think that would be a composure roll. Composure roll.
Margarita.
As you're trying to use the right amount of flour in the right spots and on a shattered award, composure roll.
Violet's got pretty steady
Okay.
hands if you need help.
Well, is the one versed in flour use though, so
Yeah.
That is true.
Okay, and we said composure.
Composure roll.
Okay. Yeah, so because you can use baby powder
And
or
this would be-
flour to dust fingerprints.
On your character sheet, this would be a night move since we're not meddling, we're not trying to find a new clue. It's like that.
And it should. I have a +1 for composure. So if I do night move, do we add the one afterwards,
yeah.
or just
2d6 plus 1.
so click night move or do a 2d6 plus 1?
I think either way it'll get you the result we need. So either one. But I like when you do it in your character sheet, it kind of gives you the readout of what happens.
I think it lets you select like which
Skill.
skill you're going to use for the move.
Yeah, so once you click on night move. Oh, what did we get? I'm sorry, wasn't
Jeez,
Rolling hot
Louise.
tonight. We are
Wow.
rolling hot
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, we still have the reroll, don't we?
There is, I think we might have used that advantage roll.
Can I buy a reroll right now with my own?
No, that wouldn't be prudent. As you are trying to dust with flour, sometimes there's just like this big clump of flour that's just stuck together, and you're trying to like shake it out just enough, and that big ball of flour just comes in and just fills the area, fills the work surface with just way too much flour.
Well, you can tell someone didn't sift the flour in
It
here
has
before
not
they
been
put it.
So kind of oversaturating the area with flour instead of this light kind of dusting, kind of ruining any chance at gracefully pulling a fingerprint off of there.
Well, why don't we? This is going to be the maid's area in here, right? Why don't we dig around while that little tart is out there being flustered because I made her mad, and let's look around and
Knife block?
it's possible. Let's spread out and look. Let's look for another clue here in the kitchen.
Yeah, so Betty is going to run back into the maid's room to see if in the closet she's got some muddy shoes in there.
In the maid's room?
It's like she switched shoes.
But ladies, maybe we should let the maid know there's a mess in here. So this is something she can come clean up, so you can have your leisure to search her room.
We've been doing really great of doing that to her tonight.
Okay.
Ruining her whole night.
That's right. We've just been making her go everywhere.
Yeah, it's the worst. So what do you want to do?
So we're going to go to the maid. We're going to go ahead and head toward the maid's room.
Okay.
And find her and tell her that someone has made a mess in the kitchen.
Okay. So you're going to the maid's room, or where the maid is at? She's not in her room.
Oh.
She is still in the bar area with everybody, waiting for you to leave. Like, that was her goal, to get you out of there so she could clean up anyways. So as you start to file out of the kitchen, she sees and kind of gives you the nod and starts heading that way anyways.
As we're walking out, I glance at the knife block, to see if there's a knife missing, and then follow my friends.
All knives are there.
Okay.
As she kind of begrudgingly walks past you into the kitchen, and you start hearing some dishes clanging into the sink, and she's doing her cleanup.
All right. So we're heading back to the maid's room?
Yep, you could head downstairs. Head back to the maid's room. Betty, you had said you wanted to look in her closet.
Yes. If she changed shoes or anything like that, so she had clean white shoes, and we know that she was out in the grass.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay up in the kitchen with the maid.
Okay.
And I'd like to share some wisdom with her.
Oh. What does that mean?
Well, it's mainly as a distraction, but
okay.
All
right.
I'll let you guys search, and I'll do the distraction after.
Okay. Is it all four of you, minus Violet, heading down there?
Yep.
Down the stairs. Door to the right seems to be a bathroom. Door to the left is her room. Somebody who's looking around. We're doing it. Give me a reason roll. Give me a. No, this is a meddling move with reason. I should say that correctly, so we use the right rolls.
Someone want to roll that hasn't rolled tonight?
Yeah, any of the four of you that are down there can definitely give that roll.
Goldie, you want to do it?
Goldie.
Go, Goldie.
Goldie. Go, Goldie. It's your birthday.
You can do better than a 4, I think. Shouldn't have said anything.
What about exactly a 4?
But I'm gonna go ahead and put on a crown.
Okay.
Oh.
I was gonna say
to show how I was an imperfect mother, because I wasn't so sure about my kids when they were young. Like, never quite trusted them, and so I am very experienced in going and searching through their closets to see if they've done anything wrong.
All right.
If they're hiding anything from their mother.
Okay. Do you want to narrate that specific scene, or is that as deep as you want to go with it?
No, because I think there's a time when my daughter was like, she was getting to those teenage years and like withdrawing from me, and so I knew there had to be something wrong. She had to be like abusing some sort of substance or getting involved with the wrong sort of people. And there's one time when like I wasn't so careful making sure that she was out doing something else, and she caught me going through the closet, and she was right mad at me for the longest time.
Nice.
And I never did find anything to implicate her.
Okay. All right. So that's going to give you a bump up into there, get you out of that critical fail area. You are going to see in the bottom of this closet, you see a crumpled up costume, black cloak, laying in a pile on the bottom of this floor.
This woman has got 2 evidences in her room that has to implicate her in some kind of way. What do you think?
Yeah, let's unfurl it and see what.
As you unfurl this,
a finger, a toe.
It is a cloak, and out from the kind of stuffed in the middle of this cloak as you shake it out is a Phantom of the Opera mask.
No!
Duplicated.
She tricked us.
Underneath there is a pair of muddy boots. Not like caked in mud, but it's got like a wet water ring with a little bit of mud on the sides.
That little hussy.
a little hussy. That's my stage name.
Oh, we gotta get her before she escapes.
All right.
She's up there with Violet. Violet doesn't know.
Violet, who's standing next to her with a bludgeoning weapon.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I think we can make a theorize roll +2.
Lakshmi, send the SOS.
Theorize roll plus
I'm like, it's
2.
her. That's all I can send. Best Lakshmi.
All right.
Okay.
Somebody. Theorize roll +2. Whoever wants to do that one.
I'm standing next to her, and I just got this text. Do you want me to
do it?
Nail her?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
So, number of clues, what, 8?
You have 8. The complexity is 6. So it should be 2. It'll end up being 2d6 plus 2.
Oh.
You can't do that. You can't fucking do that. So on a 12 plus. Oh, crap. A person involved in the dark conspiracy also reveals themselves to the mavens.
What?
I'm not ready for that.
Do you want me to make the accusation? Or?
I think I got it.
Okay.
So you see she is, as you're kind of standing close by, Violet, you see her kind of over her shoulder constantly watching as she's cleaning. And as the message comes through on your phone, and she sees the door downstairs open a crack, she starts to get really, really paranoid and really kind of turning to you now. She's going to grab a knife out of the butcher block. She's going to run towards you.
I'm going to wail her on her.
All right. You give me a vitality roll.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative. The spider. It was me all along.
Still a night move?
This will be a night move, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Don't you have a special thing?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
and I'm going to use my Colt Seavers.
All right. Describe. Can you read that out? What is the Colt
Once
Seaver
per session, you can take a 12 plus on any roll related to a wild or daring physical feat.
This is it. if ever there was.
So, let's see. Oh no, never mind. So here we go.
So you
Night
get a
mode.
12 if you're using it, but you can make a roll and see what would have been.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
So vitality.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So
24.
Either or. She comes running at you.
This is insane.
Knife kind of pointed towards you, not up, pointed towards you. How would you get the upper hand? You could do whatever you want in this situation with the 12.
All right. This is Violet. If Violet, she gets that adrenaline calm where like time slows down.
Yeah.
And she just kind of tilts her head to one side as this woman is coming at her. Kind of flips the cucumber in one hand and just uppercuts it. Uppercuts it like full arc downward and just clocks her. Flip. Face down on the knife, sprawls away.
She lands, hand hit, face down. Knife goes tumbling down the stairs. You all downstairs hear this clink, 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 and settling downstairs. Dalrymple hears the scuffle, comes out gun drawn.
Well, bless your heart.
What is happening? Got to put my hat on.
I think we got our killer.
This is it. Don't move. So he like descends down on her, and she's incapacitated. And cuffs her, gets her ready, calls in what's the himbo? Brett Anderson coming in with the bag finally for the finger. All right, Brett, we did it. She's the one. She revealed herself. We got all these clues. The finger found, and he's now like looking at you, Violet. What else we got? Kind of all the clues come in, and she gets taken out immediately. Put into the squad car. Gets taken out of there. Party has died down with all this commotion. Coco comes out, looks at you all, looks out the window, out the door at Mrs. White being handed out. I can't believe it. 40 years. 40 years of marriage down the drain because of one night.
Well, you still got your memories, sweetheart. I know that's not much of a consolation, but at least justice has been served here. In fact, it was poetic because it was your beloved husband's creation that knocked that poor bitch for a loop.
Oh, well, I guess Violet and the rest. Thank you. I never would have thought she would have had that dinner.
Yeah, but hopefully you got a lot of insurance because you broke, girl.
I am broke. Credits start to roll. Ending music start. You broke, girl is the last line of the episode. Credits
you can
start
sell
to
some
roll.
of those gold-plated wieners. Make some money back.
The night ends. You all kind of walk out together, kind of in your murder maven posse, heading out of the door, load up into Pepper, and end the night. Do you all go straight home? Do you go for a nightcap?
We gotta go out for ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah. Let's go get a couple of inshores to get some ice cream, and then roll by, get some more gin.
Yeah, or we just pour some directly onto the ice cream.
There's a good place that makes boozy shakes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would like to go to the frozen daiquiri margarita bar, please.
We'll have a slow gin sundae.
Have you been to the Taco Bell Cantina? They sell those.
Betty's like walking bar cart that she straps on.
It's just another slow gin Sunday.
I love it.
Awesome.
That's my fun day.
As you are pulling away in Pepper, thinking about the ice creams, thinking about, the good that you did to the community. Lining the street, tucked away out of the street light view, you see shadowed, cloaked figures in these porcelain masks lining the street here. Slowly, as you pass them, they just slowly fade into the forest that lines the street, going away, putting an eerie chill on your exposed skins as Violet and Pepper are cruising down the street. And that's where we're going to end tonight, I think. We have opened up layer 2 of the Dark Conspiracy, so I have a little bit of planning to do.
Can I keep the
cucumber?
The thing with the thing in its face?
Yes, of course. That is now in your inventory. You all are going to get a history lesson on Brindlewood Bay next time we play. Some founding information for the town that is Brindlewood Bay. And I think next one, unless we can schedule a time to get together before then, is going to be our Christmas episode.
Nice.
Unless we want to fill in a November something. But anyway, folks, that is it for tonight in Brindlewood Bay, All Hallows Scream. Great time had by all, of course. So many good things happening. Had a great time. Oof. Happy Diwali. It's Diwali today. Happy Diwali if you celebrate Diwali. Happy spoopy season if you celebrate spoopy stuff. But again, thank you, players, for having fun with that one. Great time. We'll be back at it sometime. Oh, this is not the last of the Mavens. But there we go. I'm ready to say goodnight. I'm ready. I'm ready to retire, said Sheriff Dalrymple. So I think that's where we're going to call it tonight. Thank you, everybody in chat, for hanging out. Meta Theory, thank you for the resub. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the 2 raids, Goblin Cave TV and Dion from Substances Used. Check them out on their Twitch channels. Doing great stuff over there. But that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to wave, and then I'm going to hit the end stream button. Here we go. 3,